With Falkirk against Raith Rovers. It's live here on Sportsound and BBC Radio Scotland with Billy Dodds and Paul Mitchell.
Thank you, Richard. I don't think we'll get a 0-0 here. It's been over a decade since these two teams produced a 0-0.
Yeah, but the worrying thing is with you and I, Paul, usually it does go to extra time and draws are very much to the fore.
I was going to suggest the referee would just go straight to penalties because, let's be honest, it's very likely to happen. Both these teams lining up in the middle. Falkirk being the traditional navy with the white shorts, red socks. Raith Rovers in the white change strip with a couple of dark blue bands across it. At the moment, the players are getting together in the edge of the centre circle to commemorate the great Dennis Law, who passed away. Dennis Law, and the engineers just pointed out over on the far side on the AstroTurf pitch there's a young kid. He's on his own with a ball at his feet, and I think he's got a number 10 jersey on. Makes you smile. Scottish Cup action from the Falkirk Stadium. Referee Don Robertson gets ready to get us underway. Aidan Nesbitt stands over the ball. Nesbitt is the Scottish Cup tie on this Sunday now afternoon. Gets underway, ball pulled out onto the near side. The home side coming from right to left. Navy jerseys with a white band down the left-hand side. It's sent long towards Nesbitt. The header away, played back on the inside. Nice little touch. That comes from Dylan Tate. Tate rolls the ball all the way back onto Liam Henderson. Henderson being pursued. That's a terrible ball forward. Here's Aidan Marsh, first touch in Scottish football. Up in the edge of the box, lays it off to Dylan Easton. Easton goes past his man, he goes down, and the referee says no. The challenge came in from Brad Spencer. And well, there's two players going head to head. It's Dylan Easton. I think it's Dylan Tate as well, might be in there. Now Aidan Marsh comes across to get involved. So too is Scott Brown. A real flashpoint. Well, Raith Rovers felt they should have had a penalty. Don Robertson was in great position to say no. He's not booked the player for diving, and he's currently trying to sort out. The ball is out of play for a throw, but he's called over. Well, Scott Brown is one of the players in there. Billy Dodds, your thoughts?
Well, I'll tell you, I'd like to see it again. It's hard to see if there was contact up here, but I'll tell you what, I've seen them given, I would say that. But Liam Henderson took an eternity on the ball. He's robbed. And Marsh rolls through Dylan Easton. I think it was it Matthews that tackled him because he's trying to backtrack in the box. Not so sure who it was, but when the tackle came in, I thought it was clumsy. Easton goes to the ground, and it's a big let-off early doors for Falkirk. I thought Falkirk started at really good tempo, trying to keep it up, but
yeah, I thought it was Spencer that came across and took out Easton. I'll tell you what, the referee was in a good position. We are in the other half of the field. We're almost level with the 18-yard box down below us, which is Kevin Dabrowski in goals. There's now the ball is played out onto this right-hand side. It's going to be lifted long by Jordan Doherty, making his full debut. Came off the bench against Ayr. Breaks through. Opportunity for Raith. It's flashed across. Hogarth can only send it to the edge of the area. Dylan Easton goes in, sweeps it in. It's a long, high ball into the arms of the goalkeeper. Well, Falkirk haven't woken up yet. I'll tell you what, Raith Rovers have.
Yeah, they have. It's been a lively start. I'm liking it. We thought that, said to Richard pre-match that you think we could get a tasty game. It looks that way, but it's down to Raith being sloppy again. Falkirk being sloppy again, and Raith on that right-hand side robbed them again. Cross comes over, comes to Easton after Stevenson picks up the far side. He rolls it back to Easton. He tries to curl a left foot shot beyond the goalkeeper, but it was straight at Nicky Hogarth and the Falkirk goal.
There's the ball at the feet at the moment. Peeling off to the side is Liam Henderson, but Hogarth is going to go long. He's up looking for McIver. McIver gets in ahead of Liam Dick, sends it out wide. Agyeman on that far side picks up, tries to go up against Lewis Stevenson, gets past him, but Liam Dick comes across, sends the ball long. Marsh goes after it, brings it down well on the halfway line. He's going to try and take on Donaldson. He does so, knocks him over as Henderson comes in and sweeps the ball back to his goalkeeper. Aidan Marsh very nearly had some start to Scottish football when he got the ball played to him. But it's 0-0 so far. Very lively opening 3 minutes. Ball played forward by Raith Rovers. Round the corner, it's touched by Easton. Another solid challenge going in there, Marsh. I'll tell you what, this is lively, and it's going to I think it's going to stay at this tempo.
Yeah, Cole Donaldson just goes to clear it, clears out the pitch, but gets absolutely clattered by Marsh, doesn't he? And he's not holding back, the young lad. Fully enthusiasm, let's call it that.
Whitley Pollock goes to close down Henderson. Ball back inside the penalty box. Hogarth sets and gets it away. It's a terrible ball forward, although it hits off Brown, goes wide. Liam Dick heads it on the halfway line. Dylan Easton comes back for it, and it comes back to Brown. Centre circle, plays it out wide. The opportunity for Jordan Doherty to get moving. Plays the ball back towards the halfway line. Ewan Murray is waiting for it, gets it back again. Paul Hanlon's calling for it. Nice interchange in the midfield with Ross Matthews, but the ball runs out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in to the home side. Larry Robson is out yelling at his new man, telling him where he wants to go. John McGlynn out there, pen and paper in hand as the ball gets played back. And the opportunity for Falkirk to build once more from the back, just casually rolled out of the foot by Nicky Hogarth. Nobody coming close to him, so he rolls it again. He's outside his box, just on that right-hand side. Now launches it long, looking for McIver. McIver gets the header on towards Agyeman. Can't get there though. Headed away by Dick, comes back into the midfield, headed forward by Dylan Tate. McIver tries to get there, breaks wide onto Lewis Stevenson, plays a little 1-2 with Dylan Easton, and now up towards the halfway line. Marsh takes the touch, plays it wide. Stevenson now invites the ball down that left-hand side. Called Donaldson as a cross, takes a touch, it's a little bit short, back to his goalkeeper. He was blocked, the ball comes in, there's the chance, it's taken, a brilliant save by the goalkeeper, back to Marsh, who's offside. The ball was played out wide, it was played back to Marsh, he was trying to get it on his right side, took it on his left, the goalkeeper got back, stuck a leg out and kept the ball out the back of the net.
What is happening to Falkirk? Cole Donaldson this time, just so slack. Finlay Pollock's on it, and then the goalkeeper clatters it off him. It falls to Marsh, he hits a shot. Hogarth's trying to get back in his goal. He's diving to his left, he leaves the right foot out, he saves it. What a start we've got here, Paul.
Let's go to Richard Gordon.
Sadly, and following the passing of Dennis Law on Friday, we have to bring you more sad news for Scottish football with the death which has been confirmed of Jimmy Calderwood at the age of 69 and playing career at Birmingham City. He started to spend a long time in Dutch football, Jimmy, of course, as both player and manager. Moved to Dunfermline in 1999, got them promotion, got them finished fourth in the SPL and to the Scottish Cup final and into European football. Then had that spell with Aberdeen, later spells at Kilmarnock and Ross County. An incredible man, a real character, someone that just generated so much warmth right across Scottish football. The sad news today that Jimmy Calderwood has passed away at the age of 69.
Thanks, Richard. Sad news indeed. And when you think of Jimmy Calderwood, you smile. Remember the night in Dnipro Petrovic when Aberdeen got through against Dnipro, coming back on the plane and in the bar waiting to get on the plane. That was some night Aberdeen celebrated in style, and well, great memories.
So sad. I mean, I had my run-ins with Jimmy, but my word, I had some good times with him as well. And yeah, two legends of the game gone in the last week. It's so sad, Paul.
Yeah, with Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. The footballing action coming this afternoon from the Falkirk Stadium. First of two live commentary matches. Falkirk and Raith Rovers, both of the championship, both locked together at 0-0. But it's Raith Rovers who had the chances and arguably should be ahead in this one. We played 7.5 minutes. Ball is out wide on that far side. Falkirk starting to build. Agyeman calling for it. Closed down very quickly by Matthews. He has to turn, spin and play the ball back again. And it's with Cole Donaldson. Drop short. Donaldson back onto Brad Spencer, who's splitting the two centre halves at the moment. Played out wide. And now the chance for Sean Mackey, former Hibs player. A little loan spell at Raith Rovers as well. And at left back this afternoon. I'll run you through the teams in a moment or two as the ball is out wide. Opportunity for Keelan Adams to try and play it forward. He does so. Breaks off Stevenson, goes out of play. It's a throw on the halfway line. Falkirk have Nicky Hogarth in goal. The four of Adams, Donaldson, Henderson and Mackey. Spencer and Tate, the city midfield players. Agyeman, Nesbitt and Ross. But it's McIver. The player going through the middle. Nesbitt trying to support him. Ross has opened up on the left-hand side. Agyeman on the right. Now it's launched long. And that's going to come all the way through. On to Nicky Hogarth, who bowls the ball out onto this left-hand side. And it's picked up by Sean Mackey. Mackey unopposed to the halfway line. Lays the ball on the inside. McIver has given the ball away, though. Dylan Easton has it. Dylan Easton has been fouled all day long. Well, he feels he's been picked on. It's a yellow card. Comes as well for Ross McIver. I think he knocked the ball away, Billy, as well. And therefore, yellow comes out.
Yeah, I think he's frustrated. He took a poor touch, Ross McIver, and the ball breaks away from Easton's on it. He's worked well. I thought he would have the free roll, yeah, when they're on the ball, but defensively he's got back in. They're having to work hard. Falkirk have not started yet, Paul. I thought they would have, you know the way they play, build, get their full backs on it, especially against a back three. I thought they would got all the room, and if Falkirk do it quickly enough, Raith are going to have to adjust, and it's some shift for their midfield, 3 or 4 if Easton can help out, but it's not worked out like that. Raith have been right at it, dominating, and had the best chances, and they should be leading the tie so far.
Stevenson over the free kick, so to Dylan Easton. Easton plays it up towards the edge of the box. Henderson gets the header away. Ethan Ross goes in, draws the foul. Referee didn't like the challenge there, and he's going to come over and book as well. Well, Finlay Pollard, it was a challenge he had to make. I'm not sure it was a yellow card challenge, but referee Don Robertson decides that it was.
I think he could have let that one go, Don. Yeah, he's trying for it. It's two players going at pace for the ball, and yeah, Finlay Pollard gets here slightly late, but I don't think it's a nasty foul, but Don Robertson set himself up here.
I was going to say, yeah. Sets a very low bar. Two players booked in the opening 10 minutes. We've had chances, plenty of action. Stay with us here on BBC Radio Scotland as Falkirk come forward. Agyeman watches the ball go past him. It took a slight deflection. It is going to be a throw into Falkirk. Really the first time sustained action's been in this half, and it's going to be picked up by Donaldson. Drops it short onto Spencer, back across onto Liam Henderson. Henderson out to this left hand side. Mackey, horrible spinning ball forward. Paul Hanlon comes across and heads it out of play. That's really as good as Falkirk could have expected, because Ross McIver couldn't have done much with that ball forward. Here's Mackey with the throw. It's a brilliant throw in up to the edge of the area, driving through, no penalty. McIver comes in and it's knocked away. The flag goes up anyway. Bursting through on that occasion was Brad Spencer, who was the player who almost gave away a penalty at the other end. One or two fans a little bit excited, but it was a good solid challenge.
Solid, yeah. I mean, he absolutely thudded into that challenge. Paul Hanlon got plenty of the ball, so it was never going to be a penalty, but it was better from Falkirk. Try to keep that tempo up, take the quick throw in, and Brad Spencer busts from midfield right to the edge of the box, gets clattered, but Hanlon was a good time challenge and won the ball well.
Long from Dabrowski, comes out wide. Ethan Ross shoved away by Scott Brown, breaks down onto Mackey. Mackey sends it forward, goes past McIver. Paul Hanlon inside his own half, plays the ball onto Liam Dick. Opens up on the left foot, plays it out wide onto Stevenson. Stevenson down the side looking for Marsh. Marsh chasing after it, trying to keep it in, does so, drags the ball back. Sliding to get there was Donaldson. He's under pressure from Easton, has to turn and play the ball back. Does so. Spencer gets the ball clear, headed on by McIver. Agyeman tries to gather, but it's picked up again by the men in white. Raith Rovers, the visiting team, visiting colours. And it's back with Ewan Murray. Murray passes the ball across, and it's picked up by Doherty. Was previously playing under Robbie Nielsen at the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Ball gets played forward on that far side. It's gathered up once more. Easton, ball on the inside to Marsh. Matthews eased away on that occasion by Tate. And the ball played back once more onto the right side. Raith Rovers passing confidently. It's picked up and gathered by Brown. The captain's armband. Out onto Dick. Dick on that far side to Stevenson. Dropping short is Dylan Easton. Easton basically is playing where he likes at the moment.
Yeah, and it's given them that extra man in midfield, and Falkirk are finding it hard to get that possession-based game that they play and build and have the extra men and keep the ball for fun. It's Raith that's keeping it for fun and finding, here's Easton again, just taking up pockets that Falkirk really can't handle just now.
Dylan Easton sends the ball out wide to this right-hand side. Drop back onto Murray. He's inside his opponent's half. 0-0 so far. Brown plays it on to Hanlon. Hanlon releases Liam Dick on that left-hand side. Short little pass. And Marsh should come all the way back, and it's going to be coming across onto Brown. Out wide onto this right-hand side. Poked inside his opponent's half. Doherty tries to get away from Mackey. He's done so. He's kept the ball in as well. He's outside the box on the right-hand side. Closed down by Dylan Tate. Well, Sean Mackey thought that ball had gone out of play, but you've got to keep going until you're certain.
We could see from here, Paul, we're high up in the main stand that it had, and it was right on the line, and Doherty played on, got himself, tried to whip in the cross as well, and I tell you, Raith have been bright, they've been positive, they've been quick passing. I've been impressed with them so far. Falkirk yet to get started. We're used to them playing attack football. They're having to sit back in their shape like a 4-2-3-1 and not budge from their defensive half.
Raith Rovers are everything today that they weren't at Somerset Park against Ayr United. They have started well.
You said to me they started with 3 and they go 3-0 down. He's obviously, as I said to Rich, had a bit of time to work on it, get them practicing, get them positioned where they are, especially out of possession, because if you play a back three, the full backs of the other team can hurt you if they get high and wide early, and they can get in behind you. But it's been far from that from Falkirk.
Ross the Tate trying to come down that left-hand side, sliding it was Mackey to win the ball. He'll get it back once more. To be fair to Raith, they did lose Paul Hanlon before that game against Ayr United. Callum Fordyce, who's not played a lot of football, had to come in and start. Might have disrupted their plans somewhat. A little bit heavy there from Ewan Murray. Knocks down McIver, but referee Don Robertson in the yellow shirt happy enough. But Donaldson will play it out wide onto that far side. Adams is there, back inside to Donaldson, inside his own half. Turns the ball all the way back to his goalkeeper, Nicky Hogarth. Out wide, Sean Mackey basically saying to Ethan Ross, you need to make better movement. Comes across onto Liam Henderson. Henderson plays it out wide across his area to Donaldson. Donaldson returns it again under a little bit of pressure from Friendly Pollock, so back to his goalkeeper, and he'll drill the ball out onto Sean Mackey. He can advance up towards the halfway line. He's got Tate on the outside of him, Ross too, and he'll play it on the inside. Well, the opportunity to come forward for Brad Spencer. Now the ball down the side. Here's Ethan Ross trying to gather, slid out of play, grabs a different ball, throws the ball into the box. Aidan Nesbitt's in there, gets it across. It was blocked by Brown, and then the header away. Coming back very quickly was Ross Matthews. It goes out of play again, just down level with us, level with the penalty box. Mackey has a look, Nesbitt breaks. Ethan Ross makes himself available. Running into the area is Brad Spencer. Now Dylan Tate comes short into a trio of players. He's got the ball, plays it back. Henderson is there, digs the ball out with the left foot onto Cole Donaldson. Donaldson, brilliant pass forward. Nesbitt almost brought it under control. Hanlon got the touch just inside the arc, beside the penalty area. And he had to get there because it was a lovely pass forward. I think one or two people thought he was winding up for a shot, but it was a great pass.
And I'm thinking, you're not shooting from there, but he fizzed it into Nesbitt. He took a good touch, but Hanlon was right on him, snapped away at him.
Bagman tries to keep the ball in, plays it across. And a late challenge, but the ball goes out and behind. And one or two fans booing as Kevin Dabrowski goes across to gather the ball in his language style, just jogs his way back. Falkirk will be pleased for the last few minutes, come more into the game.
Aye, and it all started from the goalkeeper doing the right thing. I think they have to get their speedy passing up so they can get the full-backs high and try and get it beyond that midfield so that Raith can't adjust. And Hogarth whipped a lovely ball out to Mackey and they were on, and then suddenly the full shape of the Falkirk team find themselves in the attacking half. They've got to move the ball quicker, but full credit to Raith, they've stopped them doing it by, getting to the tempo of the game, especially out of possession, snapping away and winning plenty of the ball.
Entertaining game so far, no goals. As Raith Rovers trying to press both these teams facing each other and having beaten each other already this season. Hogarth gets the ball back again. He's under severe pressure from Marsh. And the ball goes behind for a goal kick. Can only get away with that for so long. It's good pressing, but the goalkeeper didn't really have an out ball. He was so far to the angle in the box.
There have been so many of the back line slack, never mind just the goalkeeper. He took an eternity there, and I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with the young lad Aidan Marsh so far. Maybe it's just adrenaline, new club, just wanting to do well, but he is all over the place, showing plenty of energy and got the block on the goalkeeper there. But it's not just been the goalkeeper, it's been the back four really slacking possession. It's nearly led to a couple of Raith goals, Paul.
I think he's been a good pickup. He was last season's Young Player of the Year for Barnsley as Dylan Easton just upends Ethan Ross. And because of the booking earlier, now the fans think the referee should be booking for every foul. He wasn't to be on that occasion. Here comes Aidan Nesbitt. But the edge of the area, wide on Tamaki. Great ball in, headed away by Paul Hanlon. Got down on his knees. Solid connection, ball out of play.
That's what Falkirk can do to you, though, with the full-backs not being picked up. High and wide, Mackey, first time ball in, good header away though.
Mackey in again. Again, the header comes from Paul Hanlon. Breaks to Dylan Tate. Former Hibs players combining there. Henderson back onto Mackey, also wore the green and white at Easter Road. Plays the ball forward up to Nesbitt. Nice little touch in the middle, looking for the run of Spencer. Just couldn't link, and it was cleared. Now it comes back in again. It's Muddy who gets the header away. Marsh tangling with Tate. Tate has to be careful. He's holding his arm. It's a free kick right in front of the referee, but they've played on because the ball's gone out wide onto Stevenson. Drop back into Easton. Easton across, and Paul Hanlon shuffles the ball to Ewan Murray in his second spell with Raith Rovers. Gathers, comes forward over the halfway line. On to Doherty. Doherty down the line for Pollock. Pollock up against Henderson. Henderson gave him a little nudge. Pollock tried to keep his balance. Felt that he should have got a free kick. I thought the throw could have gone the other way as well, but again, the assistant's right on top of it.
Yeah, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It was a bump. He was strong, Pollock, to withstand the challenge at Henderson.
Lovely 1-2. Doherty tries to go there now. The final touch. Well, he thought it came off a Raith player. It didn't. It's going to be a goal kick. I mean, every throw-in, goal kick, it's all being contested. The officials are getting a fair amount of encouragement to give it the right way.
I think in this game, you will not get time to have too many touches in the ball. I think as soon as you take a touch and try to run with it, you are getting closed down quickly. And not just closed down because people can get to within a yard and stop. Closed down with a bit of authority and leaving a few on the man on the ball. So it's get it and move it quickly is the key here.
Ball gets played over the halfway line. Henderson takes a touch, plays it back. Sometimes that's against your instincts because this is a nice surface and you've got it down. You want to get forward and play, but as I say, the shadows come quickly here.
Yeah, it's one of the best artificial pitches you'll get.
Easton to Marsh, plays it back towards Easton inside the area. It's run for Dylan. Easton's got a chance. Got the shot away. 12 yards on the angle. Didn't really connect as he wanted, and Nicky Hogarth goes down and makes the save to his left-hand side. A golden chance for Raith.
Yeah, and it's the man you would want hitting the chance as well, Dylan Easton, who gets into the position. He just didn't catch his shot sweetly enough. Again, it's poor from Falkirk defensively. He shouldn't have got the chance, but he did, and he tried to curl it instead of maybe blasting it. Made it easy for the goalkeeper. A great chance for Dylan Easton.
I have to say, for what I've watched of Dylan Easton, I expected that ball to nestle in the back of the net.
Me too.
Here's the opportunity now for Falkirk. Hageman comes forward, still going. Adams supplied it to him. The ball into the middle, headed away by Murray. Taken down, played back in. Tate tries to get in there. The diving header from Murray, and McIver is pinged. Well, again, it's angles. We're watching side on. Don Robertson is on the other side looking straight. I wasn't convinced that was a free kick.
Yeah, there's a few decisions so far. Nothing bad. We're not having a pop at Don at all, but I don't think he started as well as he could have. Let's just say that. Again, there's some. You and I are watching it as well. I'm looking at the Aggie man cross, and he thumps it across. I'm thinking, it's blocked for a corner, but it somehow spun into the air and come into the 6-yard box, and eventually Hanlon gets his head on it, draws the free kick, and it calms down. But it's been whirlwind so far. I've enjoyed it.
It's been good fun. First quarter of the match. It's nearly gone. 22 minutes played, 0-0. Falkirk and Raith. BBC Radio Scotland on a Sunday as the ball gets played back onto Nicky Hogarth, the 23-year-old. Ball played out wide, and here's the chance for Keelan Adams. He launches it long up towards Ross McIver. Liam Dick watches it go over his head. He gets the shout from his goalkeeper, just let that run out of play, and it is going to be a goal kick. The sides have been drawn together 5 times. They've been paired together once, and the difference is because they both won semi-finals and got to a final back in 1912-1913. But the final won by Falkirk. Won the cup twice, 1913, 1957. Raith Rovers have reached only one final, which they lost against Falkirk. One of 9 clubs to have reached the showpiece occasion and never to emerge with silverware. Ball gets played forward, long direct one, and Hogarth will come and gather, and he does so. He just takes a few steps, thought about bowling the ball out wide, but he'll drop it short onto Donaldson. Marsh closes him down. Now it'll come out wide onto Adams. Again, makes himself available. It was read brilliantly by Ross Matthews. Matthews was breaking through there. Plays the ball out wide onto Dick. Dick inside. Works a little 1-2 with Stevenson and pulls the ball back onto Paul Hanlon.
They're right up in the game, Raith, aren't they? They know that Falkirk are trying to build from the back and ready to just spring the press, and they've nicked it a few times, should have scored. Whereas you look at Raith there, they split, they're building again.
Oh, suicidal football. There's a challenge at the edge of the box. The ball comes out wide. Again, I do not understand what they're trying to do under such pressure. And again, it was Brad Spencer who almost got caught at the edge of the box. He got bowled over, but the referee allowed play to continue as the ball was with Raith Rovers. The ball's now gone out of play. Agyeman was about to take the throw. He won't, because actually the throw is going the other way. I tell you what, Don Robertson's got his work cut out.
It's a ferocious press, and when they use the midfielder, they play it to the full back, comes back to the goalkeeper, and then he pops into midfield, but Raith are ready for it and they're right up. Whereas I watched Dabrowski just a few minutes ago, they've set up the back three and they've split them, but then he just decides not, they're ready to press Falkirk. I'll ping one to Doherty, who's high and wide. He wins the flick on. It's a good out ball. It's good to mix it up at times.
Marsh trying to work his way through on his debut. Aidan Marsh from Barnsley. He's got plenty of experience with Barnsley. He's played 36 times. He's hooked the ball back. Hanlon then gets it to his goalkeeper. Murray gets it inside the area. Some attention coming in from McIver. Hanlon sends it long. Call Donaldson with a head flick back onto Adams. Adams back to Donaldson. He may use his goalkeeper again. That's exactly where the ball is going. Now it's gathered and picked up. And now sent long forward over the halfway line. McIver rises, but Murray won it, but it breaks to Aidan Nisbet. Nisbet now will play it out wide. Agyeman's got the chance inside the box on the angle, tries to drive the ball across, and he played it off Liam Dick, and the ball goes behind, and it's a corner kick to Falkirk.
Yeah, once he pick up Nisbet and he just rolls it to Agyeman, and he's only got one in the box, Ethan Ross. A good run from Ross from this left hand side. He just tries to blast that across for him to get on it, but it's blocked for the corner. But it was better from Falkirk. They were more direct. Up to McIver, the knockdown, Nisbet picked up, made the pass, and he got a chance out of it.
Brad Spencer goes across to take. Another one of these players that's played for the opposition. 28-year-old now, Brad Spencer. Holds his hand up. Has a little look. There's two at the edge of the area. Breaking is Dylan Tate. It's Dylan Tate who breaks, takes the touch. There's the back heel. Back to the corner. Taker drives it across. Dabrowski with the save. It comes right across the 6-yard box, and it's hooked clear by Dylan Easton. Clever play from Falkirk. It almost worked perfectly.
Yeah, it's a well-worked corner. We've seen it before, but Raith really switch off because it's a 2v1 situation. They take the short corner, and then he kids on. I'm not sure who it was. Was it Tate that took it? You said, yeah. Yep. And he kids on. He's driving out the way, and then back heels it to the taker, and they get in, and Raith completely switched off. It was a good bit of play, an old corner, but it certainly worked.
Yeah, I thought Spencer and Tate combined beautifully there. Here's Agyeman outside the box on the right-hand side, trying to take on Liam Dick. He's played the ball too far. Dick then throws his body in the way, and he's fouled by Agyeman. It's one of these ones, the ball's going to run out of play, so you may as well have a little go, because all you're going to do is concede.
You know what, I'm not sure it's a free kick. Dick does brilliant. Agyeman tries to take him on the right wing, out on the outside, knocks it. Yeah, Dick does brilliant, gets his body there, but stops. For me, Agyeman, we can see it clearly. The ball gets a touch on the ball, hits it off, and Dick is the corner, but because Dick goes down, he gets the free kick. But I'm not so sure it was, and it certainly wasn't where Dabrowski's taking it from.
No, he's added a few yards. And now launches it long over the halfway line, down the left-hand side. Cole Donaldson wins the header, returned by Scott Brown, headed down into the centre circle. Dylan Tate does well, brushes away Brown, plays the ball out wide, onto Mackey, just inside his own half, turns, plays it first time down the line, looking for Ethan Ross, and Hugh Murray just comes in and heads the ball out of play. It's going to be a throw-in to Falkirk. McIver decides to leave it, and Dylan Tate will pick up. Tate throws the ball in, and all the way past Mackey, and back on to Liam Henderson. Henderson gets the ball across onto Donaldson. Henderson once more. Barry Robson is hopping up and down the sidelines as the long ball's played up towards McIver. Good header by Hanlon, sends it wide, picked up by Nesbitt. Nesbitt sends it inside. Here comes Ethan Ross, little step over, wide on the left-hand side. There's a little ball back on the inside looking for Mackey, and again Paul Hanlon comes across and takes care of it and sends it out of play. Still a great tempo to the game, still 0-0.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, even though there hasn't been goals yet. And Falkirk, for a change, again, it's how quickly they can get the fullbacks high. And quickly is the key word, because if you stand them in the back four line, then it won't hurt Raith. They'll be able to adjust in midfield to get out to them. But if you do it nice and quickly and get them high, Raith can't adjust, because you'll be on the back three before you know it. You'll be putting crosses in the box, and on that occasion they did, but they've not done it enough, Falkirk, in the game.
Brad Spencer plays it out to Mackey. Mackey back to the edge of the area, on to Liam Henderson. Henderson back to his goalkeeper. He's come outside the box. He almost presented the ball to Finlay Pollock. He had to go down on his knees to slide to get the ball out wide, which he's done so. And then it's a long ball forward. Nicky Hogarth is on a roller coaster today.
I don't think probably Falkirk, who have played and get that great home record that Richard was talking about at the start of the show, have been pressed so well here. I think maybe teams have come here and they've forced them back, or they've stood off them, but Raith certainly aren't. They're right up on them and nicking things, and it's made them nervous. And again, Hogarth, I thought he'd overrun it, and there was going to be a Raith player coming in to challenge and maybe nick off him, but he got away with it. But it's been dodgy at times, let's say, for Falkirk at the back.
Opportunity for Keelan Adams to come forward. So Raith Rovers opting with the three this afternoon of Murray, Hanlon and Dick in front of Dabrowski. Doherty and Stevenson, the wide men. Pollock, Brown and Matthews, real good engine room. And Dylan Easton, well, he can play what he likes at the moment. And Aidan Marsh, the new boy, on his debut, certainly caught the eye. And the opportunity now for Falkirk to come forward. A little bit more sluggish than I was expecting, Falkirk. There's Donaldson up to Aguiman on that far side, headed away by Dick, out of play on that far side as we watch coming down the right for Falkirk. Opportunity for the throw. Falkirk getting to this stage, having beaten East Kilbride by 3-1. Aguiman, who tries to get on the ball, was on the score sheet that day alongside Miller and Morrison, who are both on the bench. As the ball gets played up towards the halfway line, Donaldson actually heads it past Henderson. Henderson will gather and pick up, and now has a little look, chance to get the ball forward, does so, gets it on to Dylan Tate. Immediately 4 white jerseys were round him. Pollock gathers and lays the ball off onto Brown. Brown can play it forward. Easton though loses out. Nice touch by Dylan Tate. Tate sends the ball forward, but it's going to run all the way inside the area. Dabrowski will gather. Raith Rovers to get to this stage beat Bonnier. It grows 4-0. Gibson started the scoring, a double by Dylan Easton, including one from the spot, and Hamilton as well. Andy Robson telling us before the game Jack Hamilton broke down training and therefore unable to play today. Ball gets sent forward up towards Marsh, headed down. Doherty picks it up on the halfway line for Raith Rovers. Late challenge came in, and there's problems here for Scott Brown. Came right through the back of Ethan Ross, and the referee wanders over slowly to have a little word. We were in a good position to see that.
Yeah, but that's the inconsistency now, because for me, the one that Finlay Pollock got booked was the exact same, if not, that was worse with Scott Brown, and he lets him off it.
Yeah, I thought that was worse, I have to say. Keelan Adams coming forward, deflects the ball off Dick, but Dick played it back off him, so it's a throw into Raith. Adams out of position. Marsh just tumbles down as Aguiman tracked back and covered for the right fullback. No goal scoring, but no shortage of talking points and entertainment so far. Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. We have played 32 minutes. Falkirk play the ball back to the goalkeeper again. Nicky Hogarth sends it long this time over the halfway line. McIver couldn't get up there. It goes past the back of Tate. Picked up well. And again, Easton does a lovely little spin, plays it, but too far past Lewis Stevenson, who's kind of rocked on his heels. Wasn't expecting the pace of the pass. It goes out of play on the halfway line, 0-0.
Yeah, but he's found himself in plenty of space and got plenty of the ball, hasn't he? He's Dylan Easton picked up all day. I think the front two, Pollock and Marsh, have done well. I didn't know they would play with two. They're kind of spreading wide at times, try to do the full-backs early, but showing plenty of energy to put that press on as well and go from the full-backs into the centre halves and drop deep when they need to as well, when they, to get them back in a nice solid shape, Raith. I think they've been really good and the better team so far.
0-0 at the Voice of Billy Dodds here on BBC Radio Scotland as our Scottish Cup coverage continues. Doherty on his Scottish Cup debut tries a little 1-2, can't get there. Ethan Ross trying to pick up, put pressure on Murray. Murray plays it out wide onto Ross Matthews. Matthews under pressure as well from McIver, does well to get it down the line. Doherty did well, got away from Nesbitt, sent the ball forward, but he had no runners. Too many players had come close back to him. And from outside of his goal comes Nicky Hogarth. Started his career youth at Rangers, little spell at Notts Forest as well, never made an appearance, played for the under-23s in the development team, a few loans in his time, at now established himself as the number one here at Falkirk, and he's going to be called into action soon as Easton comes all the way through, driving down the middle, chance for Finlay Pollock on the angle, goalkeeper makes the save, 2 feet down at his post and knocks the ball away. It's one of these awkward ones, it comes straight at the goalkeeper, it could easily go through the legs.
I think Pollock's just let that roll too wide and the angle's closed down, but what a goal that would have been. That was again Raith nicking the ball deep in their own half, 2 or 3 passes, brilliant from Easton, slips Pollock through but he let it go too wide and the angle was gone. Decent stop, but for me it should have been a better shot and probably 1-0 up Raith.
Ethan Ross had the opportunity to take on Doherty, didn't do so, and Doherty stepped in front of him. Barry Robson is on the side of the technical area yelling at his team. They should be ahead, I think that's the consensus so far. And Pollock with the latest of the chances. Ball is back inside that Falkirk half. Falkirk unbeaten at home this season. As Easton lays a little one on Brad Spencer. Just 2 of them came through the centre circle and the referee is going to give the free kick. And I think, certainly from the body language, Brad Spencer wanted a little bit more. He felt that Easton blindsided him, but the referee is now having a little word with Dylan Easton and he'll wander away. A little bit naughty.
Yeah, but I think he's been excellent so far, Dylan Easton, because some people look at him, you know he's got the technical ability, one of the best players in this division in the Championship. But sometimes he doesn't do the work going back the way, but today he's got himself into defensive positions, won the ball, sprung with his team and then kept it and set up that opportunity a few minutes ago. Been excellent so far.
Still awaiting the breakthrough. Both games this season won by the home team without the away side scoring. Will that change here this afternoon? 0-0 as Donaldson has to turn, play the ball back onto Hogarth. There was no out ball according to the centre half. It's now played short onto Tate. Tate gets it out wide onto Donaldson, who advances, comes up over the halfway line on the right hand side, scoops it across the centre circle, played into Ethan Ross, loses out well to Ross Matthews, and now Finlay Pollock can gather. He's come from the right hand side to drive down the left. He plays it out wide onto Lewis Stevenson. Stevenson gathers on his cup debut for Raith Rovers. And he loses out and Ethan Ross comes back, blasts the ball across, it hits the corner flag, takes a thump, and it's going to be a throw on that far side. Yeah, for all his cup appearances, Lewis Stevenson, 52nd appearance in the Scottish Cup, just the 51 of them coming with the Hibs.
I mean, it's some record for Lewis Stevenson. He's the ultimate pro, but I'm looking at that Raith midfield just now and they are tigerish. As soon as a Falkirk player gets the ball in there, they're snapping at them, they're right on them, they're leaving a bit on them, they're coming out with the ball, they're playing good football, they've been excellent. That was Matthews on that occasion, just clattering into the challenge. They've been really up for it, Raith. I've been really impressed.
Stevenson on to Hanlon, Hanlon across on to Murray, Murray on to Brown. Brown to Doherty. They've gone from left to right. Doherty lifts the ball up towards the edge of the area. Out wide onto Pollock it goes. Pollock takes a touch, trying to drive through two players. It'll come back, and Matthews tries to gather, and he'll win the throw. Just flicked it off Donaldson. He'd have to come from his centre-half position to send that ball out of play. It's going to be a throw-in to Raith Rovers on the right-hand side. The men in white, 20 yards from the corner flag. Aidan Marsh came short and then decided to move into the area. It's Dylan Easton who plays it back onto Doherty. Doherty into the middle. No takers for the home team. Adam gets it away, and it's going to be picked up and easily played wide by Dick. Stevenson round the corner, back into Liam Dick inside the area. Dick tries to pull the ball back, it's deflected, it's behind, and it's going to be a corner kick to Raith Rovers, who continue to press the home goal.
They're all getting involved, aren't they? I mean, that's your right wing back, Doherty, put in a fabulous ball for me. That's crying out for a forward or a midfield run just to steam into about that 6-yard box central. And then when it comes back out, Liam Dick picks up, who's playing left centre half, and he's got himself forward and he tries to cross the ball. And again, it's blocked and it's more Raith pressure, but it goes for the corner.
Corner kick to come from the far side as we watch in the back of the main stand here at the Falkirk Stadium. We're level with one penalty box. The action is taking place in the other. That 6-yard box. Well, so many bodies in there. The ball lifted up and into the middle. It was Donaldson, I think, got the header away. He thought he was pushed, but the ball breaks out wide. Solid challenge coming in by Tate, but too solid. He just bowls over Scott Brown. He's conceded the free kick, and the referee wanders over. So another great opportunity for Raith Rovers to apply pressure.
It's feisty stuff. I'm loving it. I mean, the corner comes in and Donaldson's up and he clears it, and he does. He gets clattered late. He wants free kick. He's not getting it. Falls to Brown. He drops his shoulder and goes outside to whip in another cross, and takes him out. And Raith have yet another opportunity from a good position, just a couple of yards outside the 18-yard box on the right-hand side.
Dylan Easton just had a little conversation with the assistant referee. Our assistants are Frank Connor and Gordon McCabe this afternoon. Opportunity for this to come in. Lewis Stevenson leaves the ball alone, then trots back towards it. Dylan Easton, arms above the head, clips the ball across. Good solid header away by Henderson up to the edge of the box. Brown knocks it down onto Pollock. Pollock with a shot, low from the goalkeeper. That hit the post and came back to the keeper. What a chance for Raith Rovers.
You'll get better eyesight than me, Paul. I'm thinking of just a spinner. I'm not sure what he did with that, Pollock, because he hit the shot and he's cut across it, and you can see the ball spinning, and I don't know, I'm thinking there's delayed reaction from Hogarth. Does he get it and it just spins up? Does it come off the post, as you say? But it was a weird one. It took an eternity, but once he hit the shot, it's spinning back the way. Hogarth gets the left hand on it, right on the line. It's spinning like mad, and it comes back into his arm somehow.
It's not been dull, that's for absolutely sure. He might have if it didn't come off the post, it came off one hand and then the other, and just grabbed it in.
I was like you, it was weird, because you think about it when it drops to 18 and he cuts across it, you can see it spinning, but it's slow motion. Hogarth, don't know if he's set, but then when he dives left, he's thinking, right, I've got to be careful with this one. It's spinning like mad. I'll make sure I got a good strong arm on it. But it spins into the ground and then pops up into his arms. He's done enough. It's a decent save, but I don't think it should have been scoring that shot. But it was a good effort from Pollock. A weird one, but a good one.
In baseball parlance, it would have been a knuckleball that he got in there. Henderson stands inside his own box. He's under pressure from Pollock. Pushes the ball out wide. Pollock again goes in as it was played back into him. And the ball breaks into the centre circle. Hageman finally getting a touch. It's been a while, but he loses out immediately to Dick. But the ball breaks back onto Brad Spencer, and Spencer plays it behind Caelan Adams on that far side, and the ball out of play. Just look a little bit out of sorts.
Listen, I've said so many times, Raith, the best footballing team in the championship this year, and I've seen them play some wonderful football. I've watched their full-backs get forward, seen them score some great goals. They batter you to death with possession, but Raith look as if they've found a formula today to get right up on them, not let them get started, spring them, then make them nervous because they're giving the ball away. As I say, some teams will come here and they'll sit and just try and get a shape and make it hard for Falkirk to build, but give them plenty of the ball, and they like that. Falkirk. Raith have done anything but. They've been right up in their face, and I'll tell you what, everything I've written down is like six chances or something for Raith Rovers, not any for Falkirk in the game so far.
Falkirk perhaps fortunate to be level, but level they are. 42 minutes gone, they come forward, but again, great tracking back by
Striker
Marsh.
dropping deep, as I was saying, they've done a great defensive job, the front two, and Dylan Easton as well. They're right up for it.
Brad Spencer, and now the ball drops back onto Stevenson there. Finlay Pollock is really trying to get up alongside Marsh. Easton just trying to support as the ball comes back into the area. Dabrowski's going to be closed down. He plays it off the back of Ethan Ross and then catches it. If he meant that, he's a genius. I'll tell you what, he didn't mean it.
No, he didn't. No, he's lucky. Getting on his cool as well, but he could have gone early and put it up the side. Didn't fancy it. Took another touch and then tried to chip it over the player. Hit off him. Luckily for Dabrowski, it spun back into his own arms.
If he'd messed that up, we'd be seeing that on telly forevermore. Opportunity now for Raith Rovers on the halfway line on that far side to try and move things forward. Ball will come across onto Hanlon. Onto Murray. Murray with the opportunity. Round the corner it goes onto Doherty. Doherty looks inside his own half. Looks up. Plays it forward onto Stevenson. Stevenson, good control. Drops the ball back on the inside onto Scott Brown. Scott Brown, experienced player in the middle of the field. Bradford, St Johnstone, and Barton, Peterhead. Scored in the Scottish Cup for Peterhead. Now he's gathered, but he's lost out this time, and Dylan Tate comes over the halfway line. Had his jersey tugged there, but the referee decides to play on as it was home team's ball anyway. The referee just has a little look at the watch. He's got 90 seconds before he can have a rest. As the ball comes on to Liam Henderson. Henderson cagily brings the ball forward and then decides to go to the side onto Cole Donaldson. Donaldson gathers. No press on it this time, so he's been allowed to come up to the halfway line. Plays it forward onto Spencer. Spencer hooked it forward onto Aguiman, but easily picked up by Dick onto Stevenson over the halfway line. Marsh, lovely little reverse ball back inside onto Dylan Easton on the halfway line. He'll open it up onto Murray. Murray should play it onto Doherty. Took a little bit long to get the ball to him, and then as a result Falkirk were able to get back into their shape, and the ball comes back onto Paul Hanlon. Hanlon inside his own half, plays it on to Liam Dick, who sizes up the opportunity to get it down that left-hand side for Stevenson. Played in field first time to the edge of the area. Donaldson with the header away, back to the halfway line. There'll be no added time, so we're inside the final 40 seconds at the Falkirk Stadium. 0-0 so far. That's the visitors who've had the better of the chances, and they have possession at the moment. Gathered by Paul Hanlon. Over the halfway line it goes. Falkirk though have picked up. Hageman gets it, played it away. Spencer gave it to him. Now it's a chance for Dylan Tate to come forward. Tate plays it out to Mackey. If Falkirk score here, they'll mug Falkirk as the ball comes off Doherty and it goes behind for a corner kick. I stand by what I say. If they get a goal here, they'll be the luckiest team in the country at the moment.
At least dicked up and wore a mask, that's what they'll be saying. I mean, it's incredible. I can't believe he said it's 40 seconds to half time. It's flown past, but finally Falkirk got a bit of pressure, try to pin across, but Doherty, who's been excellent, blocks it away for the corner. Still an opportunity for Falkirk to rob them.
Brad Spencer. Tate is there too. Referee just having a little word. Liam Henderson at the edge of the box. And Murray, ball comes in, it bounces once past McIver. Henderson will go to keep the ball in. He's done so. He's got it ahead of Murray. Well, the referee's decided enough is enough. The half-time whistle goes. Well, if you like your football, fast, furious, frantic, tasty challenges and a few chances thrown in, you've come to the right place this afternoon. The only thing we've not been able to provide so far is goals. The visitors have been the better side, but at half-time in the Scottish Cup fourth round tie, Falkirk 0, Raith Rovers 0.
The Scottish Cup.
Live on Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
Where Scottish football lives.
Good Morning Scotland is your essential breakfast briefing.
The mooring ropes likely to be cast off and this ferry will be on its way to Arran.
With news from home and abroad.
Donald Trump, this is his modus operandi, isn't it?
The big political stories.
Hollywood, which of course is now where attention is going to focus.
The stories that just have to be told.
This technology, I think, will help us diagnose cancers.
Wake up to Good Morning Scotland.
And he wants an end to what he's calling the obsession with work-life balance.
Yeah, he thinks we've got it wrong.
wrong. Gary and I are going to stay. We're going to do the phone in, maybe pick up at lunchtime as well. Just stay all day.
To get it on.
Gary and Laura spinning the discs for you.
Good morning, Scotland. Listen on BBC Radio Scotland and Sounds.
You're listening to Sports Sound with me, Richard Gordon, as we continue our coverage of the fourth round of the Scottish Cup. It has been all action so far at the Falkirk Stadium, but goalless it is. We'll have reflections on that. We'll have full live commentary from Ibrox. It's a 2:15 kick-off, Rangers against Fraserburgh. And remember, we round it all off tomorrow night, live from Dens Park. Do join us for that one. Dundee against Dundee United, after which the draw for the fifth round of the competition. Before we reflect on the opening 45 minutes there at Falkirk, we did bring you the news just at the start of the commentary. We broke into it to bring you the desperately sad news of the passing of Jimmy Calderwood at the age of 69. A real character, one of the big figures for a whole period of time there in Scottish football. Brought back to this country by Dunfermline in 1999. Gained in promotion in 2000, finished fourth in the old SPL, got the Scottish Cup final in 2004, he got them back to Europe, and then of course went on to spend 5 years at Aberdeen, where he had a mixed success, but certainly European success there. Lots of attacking, entertaining football, one or two cup upsets along the way. He later had spells at both Kilmarnock and Ross County. As you might imagine, tributes are being paid to Jimmy. Dunfermline said they've posted on the website, everyone at Dunfermline Athletic hugely saddened to learn of the passing of former manager Jimmy Calderwood. They talk about his time in charge as being one of the most successful periods in the club's modern history. Dunfermline chairman and chief executive David Cook said, on behalf of everyone at Dunfermline Athletic, we're all shocked and saddened to hear of the passing of Jimmy Calderwood. Jimmy constructed a fantastic squad of players in the early 2000s that had Pars fans on the edge of their seats with his bold attacking style of football. He brought some magnificent moments to this club, none more so than helping us reach the Scottish Cup final in 2004. The sea of black and white at Hampden was testament to the force he had created. Our deepest condolences go to Jimmy's family and friends at this difficult time. And the website says a full tribute to Jimmy Calderwood would follow in due course. Aberdeen have also put out a post on social media saying just simply Aberdeen, everyone at Aberdeen FC deeply saddened to learn of the passing of former manager Jimmy Calderwood. The thoughts of all at the club are with his family and friends at this difficult time. He had his battles with illness in recent years, Jimmy. He will, Billy, be sadly missed, as you alluded to during the commentary. You had your moments with Jimmy. Most people had their moments with Jimmy. He was that kind of character. But also, I think Paul summed it up, didn't he, in the commentary, where he said, you think of Jimmy Calderwood and you smile, just because of the football he wanted to play, but also because of the personality he was.
I was shocked when you read out, and then a passionate man, yeah, but such a likeable guy as well when you get in company with him. And he was hyper, wasn't he? He just loved a laugh. Never, always in the go, Richard, always willing to have a laugh with you. Even though I had my run-ins, we sorted it out later on and had a few beers on a few occasions. It's just so sad. I know he was going through ill health and he had a hard battle, but you know, you still, when people pass, you think of the fond memories, and I've certainly got a few, and there'll be a few people mourning, and like everybody else, definitely thinking of his family at this time.
Also been posts up from Kilmarnock, from Ross County, along the same lines, just passing their thoughts, their best wishes to Jimmy's family and friends, and fans all across the country, not just of the clubs he was in charge of, but those who their teams were going up against Jimmy's sides. They will have their own memories of the bugle being blown and Jimmy going all out 2-2-6, whatever the formation he was choosing to go with at the time. It didn't always pay off in terms of turning games round, but it certainly made for exciting moments in Scottish football, didn't it?
Oh, it did. I mean, him doing that, I mean, you don't really want to talk football at this when people pass, but you have to with Jimmy, because that was his passion. And one of those times you're just talking about is when we get the sack from Dundee United, 2-0 up against Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup. Jimmy blows the bugle. They go, they're 2-2-6 as you say. They win 3-2. He keeps his job. Gordon Chisholm and I get the sack. It worked. He was kamikaze when it came to football. He was brave when when his teams were getting beaten, but that was just him, infectious, and his team. He got the best out of his teams because of that.
Yeah, Stephen McGinn is with us this afternoon. He'll be part of the commentary team at Ibrox. I know you never played under Jimmy, but you'd have gone up against his teams, and that would have presented problems, I'm sure, at times, Stephen.
Afternoon, Richard, Billy. Yeah, I played against his Aberdeen teams. Probably like Billy said, you felt as if you were playing a good manager, that there's a reflection in their teams, and his teams always had a bit of personality, you know. When we're playing against his team, Sonny Aluko causing us all sorts of problems with St Mirren. He gave his players freedom, and he let his good players play. And growing up as a Scottish football fan, I don't really remember Scottish football before him coming into it. As a 10, 11-year-old, obviously with his Dunfermline teams, how successful they were, and what we went on to do. So I was the same as Billy. I was driving in and I heard the news, and so sad, and another big character gone from the Scottish game.
Yeah, I suppose it's easy, though, seeing there are no characters in the game anymore. You hear that. Certainly there are few, if any, that are quite like Jimmy was, and the type of individual he was.
Oh, he, as I said, infectious, and away from the football, if you were an awards do or something, you were standing at the bar, he'd just dig you in the ribs. You know him, he was hyper, he would just want to have conversation, and just go on and on. He was just a ball of fun. That's what he was away from the park, but so serious when it came to the football, and he had the two ways of playing the game. Yeah, try to get his team in front, and playing football and attacking football, that was his style. But if his team were getting beaten within the game, as you said, Richard, he would just go for it, and it worked so many times. And he was brave. He fought a brave fight as well, and it was really, it's sad to hear that he's passed today.
Yeah, I know he's had his struggles in recent years, but I think like everyone else who had any kind of contacts, any kind of involvement with Jimmy over the years, I'll certainly be thinking back and just smiling about some of those moments, those scrapes that he got into at times. Just a brilliant guy, wonderful man, and everyone at Sportside would like to pass on our thoughts, our best wishes to Jimmy's close family and friends. He will be long remembered, that's for sure. Jimmy Calderwood, who has died at the age of 69. This is Sports Sound with me, Richard Gordon. We are continuing to bring you coverage, of course, of the fourth round of the season's Scottish Gas Scottish Cup. Billy Dodds confidently predicted beforehand, there's no way Falkirk against Raith Rovers finishes 0-0. Well, I think it's fair to say, from a Raith Rovers point of view, it shouldn't be 0-0 right now, Billy.
No, it shouldn't. I've got 45 minutes to save it and get goals, but my word, I've been like a Falkirk, sounds like a fan of the football this season. They have been brilliant, a breath of fresh air, built from the back. It's brilliant football. They get their full-backs forward, their movement's great, their passing's great, they've scored a lot of goals, top of the championship. Raith have battered them today, Richard, and it's because, as I said during commentary, a lot of teams will come here, and you talked about that really good home record where they sit off them, or Falkirk force them back by playing that good football. And Raith have done the opposite. They've been right up on them, rashing them at times, nicking the ball, making them nervous, and missed chance after chance. I have nothing written down for Falkirk. I have a right few chances for Raith, and they should be in front.
And I think when you get the chance to see the replay, you might agree that they probably should have had a penalty in the first minute.
I thought so.
When Spencer made the challenge in Easton. There's clear contact there. And I can't help but feel that had VAR been in operation in this competition, or at that match, then the referee would have been called to the monitor. Yeah,
it was hard to, because obviously our commentary position is right in this main stand away to the left, so it's far away from us, but right away I'm thinking, oh aye, because you could see Dylan Easton with his quick feet just dragged it from right to left and tried to go past the player. Was it Matthews or Spencer?
It was Spencer challenged Easton.
Sorry, Matthews is Raith. Spencer, sorry, number 8 for Falkirk. I thought, oh, that looks clumsy, that looked like a penalty. but not given. But then Falkirk have really looked nervous after that, and they're still trying to build for the back, and Raith were up on them, ready for springing the press, nicked it so many times and had so many opportunities, and really good ones at that.
Stephen, I know you're there at Ibrox, and we'll get your thoughts on Rangers against Fraserburgh in a moment or two, but you'll be surprised, I would imagine, to hear just how almost outplayed Falkirk have been in that first 45 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was at the game between the two sides at Falkirk, and there was a gulf between the two sides. It's just, I think Falkirk are having probably a period in time, and I don't know if this is my opinion on it. Sounds stupid, but I feel as if John McGlynn's almost got too many options now that everyone's back fit. Early in the season they had Callum Morrison was out injured, Aidan Nesbitt out injured, Cole Donaldson was out injured. The team almost picked itself. I feel as if they've lost a little bit of rhythm with making the changes, and he's not quite decided who his best two wingers are in any current game. For today he's maybe taken out Calvin Miller and Callum Morrison. I never think they're as good a side when Calvin Miller's not in the team.
Yeah.
Obviously Brophy played last week, and Ross McIver's in up front today, so they've just lost that little bit of rhythm. But the good thing is John McGlynn's excellent at reading the game, and I do think that the first half he'll be happy to get in at half time if it's gone all the way of Raith, and there'll be a couple of changes, maybe even personnel to get going again in the second half.
Barry Robson, sorry Richard, Barry Robson, am I right in saying, Stephen, you did the Ayr United game with Paul, and they were a back three, Raith? He's obviously had time to work with them, because I was amazed when Paul was telling us, you said they get battered first half down there, and they did 3-0 down. They changed from the 3 to the 4 and got back to it, and they drew the second half 0-0. I was surprised when he lined up with the 3 today, but he's had time to work on it, and his tactics have been on the money, because they have been all over Falkirk in terms of the press, but they're just their energy and their determination, and you should see some of the chances they've missed. It's been incredible.
0-0 it is. I can't imagine that 0-0 is a scoreline that's going to be remaining too long at Ibrox. It's a wonderful day out for the Highland League side Fraserburgh, Stephen, but I am assuming you are anticipating a fairly comfortable afternoon for Rangers.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be a good day for all involved. The longest pitch inspection of all time is going on now from the Fraserburgh players and staff. I'm almost certain they won't be out the pitch looking at Broda's pitch for that often next Saturday.
Are the phones out by any chance? Yeah,
the phones have been out. The selfies at all four corners of Ibrox. I actually watched them coming off the bus. I can't believe how many people were on that bus. I think I think it's full to capacity, and I'm also not so sure there'll be that many people on the bus going to Brora next week. But anyway,
every director, is it?
Yes, every director and friends, I think. But that's what it's all about. I actually watched them come off the bus because they just looked hyper. You know, I've been here many times as a player, and each time you came, that kind of buzz of coming died a little with the fear and the nerves of how badly wrong it can go at these places, and how much I feel like Roy Keane, the older I got, when players were taking selfies in the park, you just sign them for England or from abroad, and they were like them getting to play at Ibrox. You're thinking, no, we're here to play. But yeah, the buzz of the fourth round, that's what it's all about, these Fraserburgh guys. But I do think they should get in, get changed pretty soon, because they have been out here a fair length of time.
Like, first and foremost, it's about the financial reward, and it's wonderful for Fraserburgh, currently 9th in the Highland League. Has been a bit of a struggle for them this time round after some really impressive consistency over the last few seasons. But a big afternoon. We'll be back with Stephen and with Neil McCann, and we'll have full live commentary with the guys and Thomas Duncan from 2:15. The players are making their way back out at the Falkirk Stadium. It is, incidentally, if you didn't pick up on it, semi-final afternoon, the SWPL Cup, the Scottish women's game, Hibernian and Aberdeen, Celtic Rangers. Those are the matches later. We'll keep an eye on those in the final part of the programme. We've got lots to bring you, though, and let's crack on with the action, where I'd see Falkirk are indeed making changes, and significant ones potentially as well. Full live commentary, second half, Falkirk 0, Raith Rovers 0, with Billy Dodds and Paul Mitchell.
Thank you, Richard. Just having a little glance down to see what those changes are going to be, but it's no great surprise that perhaps they have gone to the bench so early. So Callum Morrison is on. Perhaps no surprise there. Callum Morrison, 5 goals this season. And Calvin Miller is also on, wears 29. So changes made by John McGlynn, which I think really does suggest just how unhappy he was with the way that his team had performed.
Yeah, changing his front line, it looks as if as Easton and Ross it's disappeared and Aggieman's disappeared, so
yep.
I don't just think it was his forward line, no, but he's obviously looking to change it by attacking from the front and getting the new personnel in that front line to try and get at this Raith Rovers defence, because it's not been worked enough.
So that is the two changes, so it means that Nesbitt and McIver remain the men in the middle, but Callum Morrison wearing 7. Fear here down below us to our right hand side. We're underway at the start of the second half. Falkirk and the Navy with the white band coming down the left hand part of the chest as McIver tries to go in, but he was illegal with a challenge on Ross Matthews. Raith Rovers all in white. They're coming from right to left to the half of the field in which we are situated. So they've lined up with Kevin Dabrowski in goal. It's a back three of Murray, Hanlon and Dick. It's Doherty, Stevenson, Matthews, Brown, Pollock gets forward from that midfield position. Dylan Easton and Ryan Aidan Marsh, who's basically got the freedom of the press. Dylan Easton just to pop up where he can. And as Connolly tries to get in the way of Doherty on that far side, the ball is out of play. It's a throw in. Like for like, really, just bringing on Calvin Miller and bringing on Callum Morrison. They'll just play either side of Aidan Nesbitt and Ross McIver. At the back, it's Hogarth in goal. Adams, Donaldson, Henderson, Mackey, Spencer and Tate still the two sitting midfield players. Ball thrown in over the halfway line. Knocked on again by Ross Matthews, but too far out of play. It goes. Our referee is Don Robertson, assisted by Frank Connor and Gordon McCabe. Ball on the halfway line, getting ready to get that throw. And then it comes back on to Henderson. Henderson back to his goalkeeper. There's a bit of pace about that pass. Hogarth had to shuffle his feet. And the ball out wide onto the fullback. Adams gets things moving again, but it comes right back on top of him. Nice little header on the inside. Stretching again is Lewis Stevenson. Stevenson plays it out wide onto Marsh. Marsh with the ball into the middle. Too close to the goalkeeper. Pollock just a couple of beats behind. And Raith Rovers start brightly. Hogarth pings the ball long on that far side, trying to find Calvin Miller. Miller takes a touch. He's got pace. Dabrowski has to come from his goal. Knock the ball away. He's now out of his goal. It's played back in by Connolly, and Nesbitt looked to see if he could get the ball across. He's trying to link up again with Morrison. Morrison now pushing the ball forward. It comes out wide. Morrison again trying to push in. As Stevenson got the header back, Liam Dick has to send the ball away. Well, if we thought it might get less hectic, we were wrong. It's just as hectic.
Yeah, they've had the rest to go again. That's the feeling you get about Falkirk fans. First time we've heard them today. I thought Nesbitt, when the goalkeeper booted it, if he could have taken the touch and got out his feet, he was going to have an attempt at goal, even though it was from some 50 yards out, but he couldn't get out his feet, couldn't get the strike away. But again, Raith start well. We've been impressed again with Marsh. He tried to put in a cross, but it was only Pollock. He nicked it that quickly that nobody could go up and support him.
Calvin Miller's opened up on that left-hand side, plays on to Mackey. Mackey to the middle, McIver tries to get a header. Great header away, though, by Hanlon. It comes out wide. It's picked up by Pollock. Pollock blocked. And the ball goes behind Pollock off Mackey. It goes behind. It's going to be a goal kick. Just to come back to the one with Nesbitt, it was interesting because Dabrowski was outside his goal on his right-hand side. He seemed to take an age to get up to come back in.
Yeah, I think it was the momentum. Once he booted it clear, he was still running, and then he had to stop and try and get himself back. It was all about Nesbitt's touch, because the clearance from Dabrowski, you're right, it went straight to Nesbitt. He's 45, 50 yards out. If he could have taken a touch that got out his feet, I think he would have hit a strike towards goal, and I think Dabrowski would have been toiling.
Some game that's 0-0 so far. Falkirk against Raith Rovers. 2 matches went to extra time yesterday, none to penalties. Will there be extra time here? There's long ball on the angle. Morrison chasing with Hanlon. Hanlon comes across, knocks the ball out of play. Throw it to Falkirk. The home fans starting to get behind these teams. Killen Adams coming on cold, plays the ball back onto Cole Donaldson. Donaldson gets it up to the edge of the area, plays it past the way to Nesbitt, and it's thumped clear. Henderson, short ball onto Mackey, closed down quickly by Pollock. Really, Pollock's had a good game today. Breaks to Dylan Tate. Tate sends it. That looks like it's too long. It's out of play. The flag is up. you're just looking from a Falkirk perspective for somebody that can just play that killer pass. Some of the passing's just been a bit wayward.
Yeah, a wee bit, Paul. I think they've been better this second half already, though. I think, although they've changed the two, they want to be explosive and be more direct, and they feel as if they've got on their two danger men, because Aguiman and Ethan Ross, it wasn't quite working for them. But I think the key to it was speed the game up, keep the tempo up, make your passing quicker as well, and I think they've done that at the start of this half, Falkirk, and creating a little bit more.
Peter Marsh trying to go through. Oh, and Hogarth gets the ball, plays it away. Ross McIver did well to win the header, plays it down onto Miller, but Miller runs into Murray. Ball breaks to the halfway line. Mackey has it, sends it out wide onto Calvin Miller. First time ball into the box. Chance will break back onto Dylan Tate, and he absolutely shanked the shot from right in the middle. It actually hasn't even gone out for a throw. It's been kept in on that far side. That was the money moment as the ball comes in. It's knocked away by Tate. Comes back to Tate again from Dick. He gets the shot in that time. That one was on target off the right foot. It's deflected. It's gone behind. It's a corner.
What a difference in the noise levels from the Falkirk fans now, though. And you're right with the first Tate shot. It was just sclaffed away wide and never even went for the throw-in or a high kick. It fell to Sean Mackey, who put it back in, and it falls to Tate again, this time on his right foot. Now he strikes it well, but it's blocked away for the corner.
Yeah, I think they finished their Sunday morning Bible study. I think they're ready for a little bit of action. And as Billy says, that's really the first time we've heard the Kevin McAllister stand across their right-hand side. Morrison plays the corner, a good head flick away, breaks outside the box. Marsh will go there, sends it forward. Nesbitt waits for it, takes a touch, plays it across onto Sean Mackey. Raith have got everybody back behind the ball. Now played out wide, lovely pass. Here's Adams. Adams gets it out wide. Miller stayed on that right-hand side, but he's going to lose out to Stevenson. Stevenson sends it long on the angle looking for Pollock, but it's well mopped up. Henderson and Donaldson doing well. Mackey plays the ball out wide. Here's Tate. Tate with the opportunity to send it round the corner. He's done so. Gets it to McIver. McIver on to Adams. Adams now loops the ball. It's high. It's going to stay in. It's going to bounce through the box. Morrison, lovely ball back to Mackey. And picked up by Spencer. Spencer lays it back. This is more like Falkirk. Now the ball gathered onto Dylan Tate, left foot ball swung into the box, and it was well left. Clever play. Jordan Doherty got the shout from his goalkeeper to leave it alone. The ball drifts behind. 0-0. 7 minutes gone already.
Yeah, it's all about how quickly they're using the ball. I know they've brought on the other forwards and they've added, but it's all about the pace of the passing. Look where their fullbacks were there, Falkirk. Mackey high and wide. Adams, what we've been used to all season, high and wide. Raith Rovers struggling to adjust. They're getting time to put the crosses in the box. In fact, Adams rushed one when they had plenty of time. So they're getting people in the right positions now, Falkirk, to try and hurt this Raith Rovers defence.
Paul Hanlon wins the header straight though. At Cole Donaldson, he scoops the ball on that far side, kept in by Miller, headed up to the halfway line. Good touch by Dylan Easton. Now the long ball forward, it's going to fall into the Falkirk area before Marsh can get there. Hogarth whips the ball forward. It's on to Mackey. Mackey sends the ball long. It's intercepted by Murray, and out of play it goes. It's going to be a throw into the home team. 0-0 so far. John McGlynn down below. I think he's seen the reaction that he's wanted from his team. Might have had the odd word at half-time. John McGlynn, his former team yesterday, Musselburgh Athletic, who he played for. Hamilton Accies pretty close in New Douglas Park. Ball gets played forward again by Falkirk, and they've run the ball out of play on that far side under no pressure whatsoever. The impetus gives the opportunity now for Raith Rovers to get things moving. Raith have won 3-4. They played in December. Their only loss 3-0 at the hands of Falkirk on this ground. And the ball gets played forward by Raith. Raith in the white with the two dark blue bands over the chest. Falkirk in their traditional home colours. Moving from left to right. Cole Donaldson, the skipper, looks ahead. Throws the ball up towards Nesbitt. It's picked up by Paul Hanlon. Hanlon takes a touch away from Ross McIver. Sent it out wide. Dick works the interchange with Lewis Stevenson. And it's gathered once more. Here's the opportunity for Dickey. It'll be closed down by Morrison. Gets the ball away up to Dylan Easton. Easton quickly on to Marsh. Marsh plays the ball on the inside. Pollock decides to take the touch back onto Dylan Easton. Lovely football from the visitors. Good standing up from Brad Spencer, but the ball still goes out wide to Doherty. Doherty on that far side, midway inside his opponent's half. Pulls the ball back onto the halfway line. And interesting. In the first half, I think Raith would have gone for that, but they're just playing the ball back just to try to take a little bit more time at times.
Yeah, I thought they were on the ascendancy and they shouldn't have gone back the way, but the striker, Marsh, decided to lay it off, and it kind of killed momentum within the move, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought he would take the touch and gone forward. Marsh, 6 goals in 36 appearances for Barnsley. 12-1 this season, scored against Doncaster. Here comes Dylan Tate coming forward. Tate taken down by Ross Matthews, who'll be carded for that. He was 10 yards away from the edge of the box, and Matthews basically dipped the shoulder into his back. Certainly a card, the correct call.
Nice touch from Cal Morrison since he come on, just flicked around the corner. Tate's on the move, he's driving in, he tries to get his body in front of Ross Matthews, but just bundles him over and takes a yellow card. But good opportunity for Falkirk. It's a good position, this ball, 25 yards for goal, slightly right of that 18-yard box.
Committee of players at the moment having a little chat. Calvin Miller amongst them. Scored in the Scottish Cup at East Kilbride. Maybe get another in this round. Can he find a way to break through? Brad Spencer, the other player over at 5 goals this term. And Kevin Dabrowski stands in his 4th Scottish Cup appearance between the sticks. Here's a pinkish outfit that he's wearing this afternoon. Miller takes the run across to the right hand side. He's the player who's going to come in, scoops the ball in, the goalkeeper goes down, catches it pretty easily without the ball bouncing in the 6-yard box and bowls the ball out to get the attack moving very quickly. Fairly routine from a goalkeeping perspective.
Yeah, Calvin Miller eventually just whips it in towards goal. Should have been a cross for me. Spencer was over it, going to outswing it, but Calvin Miller tried to fool the goalkeeper and whip it in quickly, but it was too central, and Dabrowski put his cap on it, really.
Sean Mackey plays her out wide. Morrison and Miller have made an impact since coming on as half-time substitutes. Falkirk play it wide over the halfway line, picked up by Adams. Adams sends it down, looking for Calvin Miller. Miller takes a touch, low cross into the middle, headed behind by Liam Dick. It's another corner kick to the home team, who are really enjoying the start to this second half. We've played 12 minutes.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd, they're involved now. They were very quiet first half. I don't think they could believe what they were watching, but Falkirk on the ascendancy this second half, playing the game in race half.
Corner kick will be delivered from the right hand side. Morrison makes a run, central area. Miller looking to deliver. Lots of runners available. Corner will come in from that right hand side. The goalkeeper tries to come in, flaps the ball down, headed away by Scott Brown, breaks to the edge of the area. Chance for Morrison to drag the ball back. That was nasty.
It was a great ball in, and Henderson just misses it, and that puts Dabrowski off, and he just kind of palms it down.
Another ball into the middle. Henderson has stayed forward. The header comes up and loops high into the air. Donaldson and Henderson both up. I think Henderson got the touch, and the goalkeeper made the save.
Yeah, that one was routine, but it was the one before the corner was whipped right on top of him, and with Henderson moving at pace, getting across that front area, just misses the contact, and that's why Dabrowski just kind of flapped at it, but they managed to clear the danger, Raith.
Still waiting the breakthrough between Falkirk and Raith Rovers. Falkirk, the champions, leading goal scorers. Falkirk, 8th on that particular list. All played down the left-hand side. Marsh digs the ball back on the inside. Stevenson brings it down onto Pollock. Pollock hooks it back onto Aidan Marsh. Marsh, well-known player from Barnsley. Easton was taken down at the edge of the area. Referee allowing play to continue. Stevenson plays it on to Easton. Easton loses out and will be picked up by Miller. Miller gets away from Easton. Actually did Easton a favour by dipping his shoulder and moving away, because Easton might have taken him down. Now it's a lovely long angle ball up to Callum Morrison. Morrison edge of the box, left hand side, ball into the middle. Again, Hanlon has to get in there, slides to send the ball out of play on that far side. I feared for Dylan Easton. I thought he was going to take him down, but it would have been a straight yellow card, no doubt.
Yeah, and off. I tell you what, he should have had a free kick right in front of us on the 18-yard line, because Spencer took him right out. Pausing for breath, these two teams, as the ball is played inside
the Raith Rovers half. Henderson slides it out wide. Here's Brad Spencer. Spencer onto Nesbitt. Nesbitt out wide onto Mackey. Mackey trying to drift in from that left wing position. Loses out to Jordan Doherty. Looks like a really good pickup at right fullback or right wing back. He's available to play at centre half as well. Now the ball comes out wide. Falkirk continuing to press. Keelan Adams. Adams sends it in. One to McIver, tries to work the 1-2 and get it back. Was he taken down? No, said the referee. The ball was won, but the ball's been knocked out of play. And it was Ross Matthews who did that. 281 appearances now for Raith Rovers. Some player, Ross Matthews, but getting caught out there. And the ball out of play. The throw-in comes. It's played across the halfway line. Henderson sends it out wide onto Mackey. Morrison makes himself available, comes short, darts a little run, takes a touch, tries to get away from Ewan Murray, couldn't do so. Turns, spins, plays the ball back into the centre circle. Still goalless here at the Falkirk Stadium, not for the lack of trying. Here's Calvin Miller, kept the ball in, it touched the line but it stayed in. Miller plays the low ball in, blocked away, comes back. Dick tries to get there on the edge of the box, but it's well picked up by Tate. Tate did well and now laid the ball back. And Donaldson, Mackey is jumping up and down on that far side, wanting the ball played out to him. It's played down the middle and it's picked up by Dylan Easton as it's cleared by Raith Rovers. Nice touch onto Marsh. Marsh plays the ball through, took his man out as he got the ball away, tried to find Pollock, but Henderson had drifted across to the right hand side, won the ball, and it's presented now with Brad Spencer. Spencer plays it out wide onto Callum Morrison. Morrison, one of these players who just demands the ball and wants to do something with it, but there's no way forward on that occasion, so he'll try again. And again, just passes a simple pass forward onto Tate, who knocks it back to the halfway line. Opportunity again to come down this right hand side through Calvin Miller. He's away from Hanlon. Ball into the middle. It's too deep and it's headed behind by Doherty. McIver was the man making the run at the back post, but it's behind for a corner.
Yeah, Doherty does well just to get away for the corner, but it's brilliant play from Calvin Miller. He just turns in a sixpence and knocks it down that right channel. He's all left foot, but he digs out a wonderful right-footed cross that Doherty has to deal with at that back post.
Corner kick to Falkirk, their third of this second half. Morrison stands at the edge of the box. Henderson is up there alongside Donaldson, so the two centre halves being well marshalled. The corner is taken short. Now to the byline. Miller tries to get there and it's played in. Liam Dick hooks the ball outside the box. Spencer tries to win the header. He's done so ahead of Pollock. Scoops it to the edge of the area. Now the ball comes across. Here's Dylan Tate again, 25 yards from goal. Plays it on the angle looking for Adams. It was too adventurous and it was too heavy. And the ball runs behind, but certainly the home fans in better mood.
The game's completely flipped. All the action's been away from us, Paul, away up that far side. But look at the positions of the fullbacks. Mackey forward, Adams trying to make that run again. They're just pushing Raith back. Raith have lost their edge in being an attacking threat. They've had a couple of opportunities where they can maybe have got at them. You talked about the one, Marsh, who's been good laid off instead of first half probably returned and got some sort of effort in goal. So they need something just to chop that momentum from Falkirk. Raith, they need to do something, get a shot at goal just to change it back again and try and get back in this game.
Easton battling for the ball, centre circle, played out wide. It's going to be picked up by Lewis Stevenson. Stevenson with a little pass on the inside. Lovely ball through by Easton onto Marsh. Goalkeeper race from his line and gathered. Gets the ball and springs back to his feet.
Something like that I'm talking about. Just, you know, it was really good play. A lovely ball through from Easton. You think Marsh is there 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. You think he might just get there before him. But I'll tell you what, Hogarth was brave, wasn't he? Right at the feet of Marsh, and brilliant take from him.
His dad, Miles Hogarth, former goalkeeper, will be pleased with that one. It's not always the glamour saves, it's the hard work like that from goalkeepers. Now the ball played forward to Morrison. Tried the little back heel to get away from Murray. Couldn't do so, didn't play it off Murray. Ball out of play. It's going to be a throw.
It was brave from Hogarth though. You saw the one with McCrory last night against Celtic. When Kuhn got him in the face and he had to go off the pitch after what, a minute. That was similar, right out the feet of Marsh, and he was really brave, Hogarth.
Brave stuff. 0-0. BBC Radio Scotland still to come. Rangers against Fraserburgh. Matches on the telly. It's always better to listen on the radio though. Ball played back on to Dvorsky. Dvorsky takes a touch, plays it out wide, and a chance to drill the ball forward. Murray. Now Easton calling for it. Easton pings the ball immediately back onto Matthews, and Matthews can spring it out wide onto Stevenson, still inside his own half, plays the ball back onto Liam Dick. One or two chats going on down pitch side, wonder if they're thinking about a change. Forward by Scott Brown. Easton picks up again. Oh, he's calling for it, was given away on that occasion. Adams tried to play it forward, comes up towards Easton. Tate steps in ahead of him and wins it. And then played forward by Ross Matthews, but Henderson should be aware that Pollock was going to try and close down the goalkeeper. He did so, but Hogarth had got the ball away pretty well as McIver gets taken out by his own man, Calvin Miller.
Although Falkirk have attacked, Paul, I think what they've done as well is taken the kind of nervousness away out from the game, and I mean by Hogarth just getting that and putting it clear, not trying to overplay from the back and causing that bit of panic.
Raith Rovers haven't travelled well this season. Only Dunfermline and Airdrie have worse records in the championship itself. But they are trying to buck that trend here. And it's 0-0 so far. Second half already. We've played nearly 21 minutes. It is whizzing by. Potentially another 30 minutes to come of extra time, and then kicks from the penalty mark, as it's Stuffley referred to as the ball goes out of play on that far side. It's going to be a throw-in to Falkirk, back on to Hogarth, and Hogarth takes a touch, looks ahead of him. It's Grady in Falkirk.
You know I always fear when I work with you in a cup tie. You know I always fear, because
I do.
Like an extra shift every time.
It's value for money, that's what I like to call it. Ball gets played up towards the halfway line. Raith Rovers in white still coming forward. Lovely touch by Easton. Marsh fell down. Easton continued his run. Pollock's made a great run, so too that's the skipper, Scott Brown. Scott Brown gathers, low pass onto Marsh, back onto Brown. On the move rather just went a little bit backwards as Stevenson tries to pick the ball up, now driving towards the edge of the area. And it's going to break the way of Brown, but he's going to lose out to Aidan Nesbitt. Nesbitt now with a ponytail flowing forward. Morrison's demanding the ball. It gets played out to him. Here come Falkirk. 4 on the break. 4 against 4. Into the area it goes. Morrison twists and turns, tries to get the shot away. Good block. Breaks onto Dylan Tate. Tate nonchalantly flicks the ball out. Here's Adams, the fullback, is in there. Gets the shot across, almost deflected. It goes behind. It was deflected. It's a corner kick to Falkirk. One of those deflections, Billy Dodds, could have gone anywhere.
Yeah. And Adams, as we said, that high position edge of the box, he's taking on the second strike, and Liam Dick gets his body in the way and it deflects, as you say, it's spinning and just clears the post for yet another corner.
Gillan Adams last scored against Airdrie, 2 goals this season. Morton and Airdrie, last coming on the 9th of November, but he does like to get himself forward. Falkirk on that far side, have a corner, played indirectly, headed away by Scott Brown. Outside the box it goes. Secondary header won by Pollock, but it's going to be picked up by Mackey. Mackey sweeps it wide. Opportunity for Calvin Miller to get the ball in. It's a horrible ball, scooped underneath the ball behind the goal. Couldn't even catch it. The ball is then thrown back to Dabrowski. Change coming. Looks like Josh Mullen is the player that's going to come on. And one or two things going on. The referee just saying hold on. And 19 is the number, so it's Finlay Pollock who will be withdrawn, and Josh Mullen, former United player, experienced player, 32 years old, gets the chance to come on in this time.
Yeah, we'll see what position he takes up, because Pollock has done well today. He's kind of faded out at this second half. That's down to Falkirk's performance. He's got out the game, and but he's played striker. He's done a shift, getting back in, helping out his midfield and defence, so he's done well. But Mullen, will see where or what position he takes up.
Billy Pollock on loan from Hearts, played 4 times for his parent club, goal in his debut against Hamilton. But his day is over. Well, he can be certainly pleased with the way that he's played. 3/4 of the game have gone. Is there to be a goal to separate these sides, or will there be extra time as there was yesterday in a couple of matches? Queen's Park coming back to defeat Montrose, and Ross County going down at home to Livingston. Good win for the championship side. Now the ball on the angle from Hogarth. Dick was up really early on the header well. Now Raith Rovers gather. Easton gets his skates to chase after that one. But it's won easily by Cole Donaldson. Back onto Hogarth, and Hogarth sends the ball down the middle. Hanlon was fouling was McIver that time. It's taken quickly by Tate from the wrong place. It's going to be headed away by Ewan Murray. It comes to the halfway line, picked up by Mackey. Mackey gets it on to Ross McIver. McIver gets the touch. Keelan Adams moving forward. Now out wide, Calvin Miller on this right-hand side. Jinks inside, let's have a look, tries to deliver it into the area. Doherty wins it, absolutely nowhere near him, so he's able to take a touch, get control and take the ball outside the box on the right hand side. We still await a breakthrough between these two championship rivals as Falkirk. Henderson plays it back to his goalkeeper. Hogarth has a little look up, sees what his options were. Donaldson is the out ball. Donaldson now floats it forward, looking towards Miller. Miller gets the touch, but the flag is up. There's certainly a little bit of foul play on Liam Dick there, and the free kick awarded by Don Robertson.
Yeah, got a hold of Liam Dick's jersey and just gave him a little spin round, and he goes to ground, gets free kick. It was poor before that from Calvin Miller again, just hitting that left foot crossing. The game has completely changed, as saying. I think John McGlynn's said to his players, only play if it's on, don't overplay, and we're getting caught out because there's 2 or 3 times, Cole Donaldson was on that occasion, passed it to him, no problem, but the 2 times before that he's just taken a touch, Hogarth, and thumped it up the pitch, and it's definitely helping his team make the right decisions.
The last 10 years between these sides, played 19 times. Falkirk have won 7, Raith Rovers 5, 7 have been drawn, usually been tight affairs, as Aidan Nesbitt has gone down, former St Johnstone man, and he'll get the chance to play it. Former Morton man, I beg your pardon. He gathers and sends it down this right hand side. Nesbitt calling for the ball back on the halfway line, takes a touch, moves it across. Cole Donaldson didn't appreciate the pass, was to scamper back to gather it inside his own half. Henderson gets it out wide onto Mackey, just scoops it more and hope than expectation. The offside flag is up. And again, that's just a poor ball by Mackey. Wasn't aware of the movement ahead of him.
Yeah, just helped it round the corner. There's only one winner there, but they were offside anyway. Ross McIver stayed into an offside position.
A long ball forward towards Mullen. Mullen tries to get there ahead. Oh, Donaldson slides the ball out of play. Josh Mullen, lively player, off the bench for the 12th time this season. Another change is coming, and that's Sam Stanton, who's about to come onto the field. And Sam Stanton will come on, and it's Scott Brown, the captain, who will be withdrawn. So Sam Stanton from Edinburgh is getting ready to come on. The captain's armband is handed over, unsurprisingly, to Ross Matthews. A good noise coming from the Raith Rovers fans for the ever-popular Scott Brown.
I think he picked up a slight knock, you know. It was at the time when they were busting forward, he was nearly in, he get tackled. Took a long time to get to his feet, and he's moving okay now, but I think he's feeling the effects, so taking no chances. Raith Rovers got their injury problems anyway, so captain off, but a good replacement on, and Sam Stanton.
Liam Dick with a long throw into the middle, solid header away. McIver did well, broke back into the area. Dylan Tate just thumps the ball forward. Stanton trying to get involved. Borowski's come from his goal, he gets the header out. Dylan Tate heads it out wide, looking for Morrison. Morrison was onside, he's going to take a touch. Raith Rovers have got their players back now. Morrison turns, spins, plays the ball in the box. Nesbitt there, oh, what a save for the goalkeeper. It was a brilliant cross into the box. Aidan Nesbitt met it perfectly. Somehow Kevin Borowski with a big hand to turn the ball away.
How did he keep that out? I mean, he's shot it kind of straight at his body, but his right hand's got it. It's not hit off his body. It's a brilliant ball in from Morrison and Nesbitt. You're talking from, 4 yards? And he gets a right hand on it, even though he catches the volley flush from about 4 yards, and somehow Dabrowski keeps it out from point blank range.
Brilliant save. Now to the other end. Mullen takes a touch, gets the header, has been forced wide by Henderson. Ball into the middle. Marsh can't get a handle on it. Easton at the edge of the box goes down. Colin Davidson takes him down. Colin Donaldson, and it is going to be a free kick. 24 yards, almost in the middle, and Easton again causing problems. He has been clattered. He is down. What action we're having here this afternoon, Billy Dodds.
One end to the other after that save, trying to recover from watching that. I don't know how he's kept it out. Maybe Nesbitt should score, but he's still got the right glove on it and a strong hand from point blank. And then up the other side, as you say, Dylan Easton, nice and sharp edge of the box, gets there, taken out. after Mullen flashed it across. He's onto it, taken out, and a really good opportunity for Raith, 20 yards out, central area. Some cup tie, Paul, even though there's no goals.
That's brilliant. It's best round of the cup. Scottish Cup 4th round days. I say day, it's now days. Played over 4. But the magic is definitely still there. Raith Rovers won the last Scottish Cup meeting of these two teams. It was last on this ground back in November of 2021. It's the only time they've gotten past Falkirk in their Scottish Cup history. The previous 6 ties, Falkirk won the first 5. Raith Rovers won, say, back in November 2021. And now the opportunity comes for this free kick. Easton is one way. Easton steps up, curls the ball in, and up and over it goes.
It's a fair effort from where we are. We think it's in, but Hogarth's across, probably got it covered, but misses the left-hand post anyway. Got plenty of pace and power on it, Easton and Curl and Ben, but couldn't get on target.
This confirmation call, Donaldson was booked for the challenge on Dylan Easton. So 4 yellow cards in the match, no goals. Now Tate lifts it forward, Miller's inside the box, and Dick sees the ball come off the forward and spin into the arms of his goalkeeper. He thought about playing it and then decided Dabrowski was best to gather. Sometimes when a player's gone in close on a goalkeeper, he hits the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper makes himself big, but the more I think about that save, it's an instinctive hand coming out. Terrific stuff, you'll see it.
Yeah, he's big and he's trying to stay up, but it's so point blank, but he's got to leave the right hand by his side to get it away, and it's some saves from Dabrowski.
No goals so far. Falkirk and Raith Rovers. Action from Ibrox to come. I suspect there might be a few more goals there. Could be wrong. As the ball comes back onto Hogarth. Hogarth sends the ball to the side. Liam Henderson, 28-year-old, gathers, plays it on to Sean Mackey. Mackey on to Aidan Nesbitt, who must have thought he'd scored 4 goals this season, last against Queen's Park last month. Gathered again up at the edge of the area. Morrison, he's been pulled back. The referee pops his hand into his pocket, and an easy yellow card. Well, you can walk away, take your position once more, but that was a simple yellow card. Not quite sure.
I think it was Murray, was it?
Yeah, I'm looking at, just trying to check it out. It is Murray. It's one of these ones, he just got too close. Hanlon was quite close by as well, but Murray pulled him back.
Once he's done, once the spin from Morrison, he just said, well, I'll take the yellow, you're not going anywhere. Because he was starting to bear in and goal, maybe 25 yards out.
Yeah, 14 minutes to go in a cup tie. It's not a bad call.
They always say a good foul to give away, good yellow to take. Not if it flies in the net from this, right enough.
No, they certainly wouldn't be too happy, but the opportunity to get the ball across. Falkirk, Raith Rovers locked at 0-0. Just having a look at the edge of the air. Donaldson's up there. Tate standing at the edge of the box. Sam Stanton is going to try and gather him. Free kick is short into McIver, turns, plays it back to Nesbitt. Nesbitt then sends the ball back out wide, and Brad Spencer, taking the free kick, can't keep it in. It was a pre-planned move. It was a training ground move. Need to go back to the training ground.
It's third man running, and do you know what? It's worth trying, but Raith do well. They spot Calvin Miller. He's the first one to run over it, so they play it inside for then the reverse pass that hopefully Miller is through, but the Raith defender dropped and went with him, so they couldn't play it, and then it's robbed, and it goes out for a Raith throw-in, and the Falkirk fans aren't happy, but I think it's worth working and things like that.
4,557 inside the Falkirk Stadium. We're in the main stand. Stands to our left and right. The Kevin McAllister stand to our right-hand side. That's the goal being defended by Kevin Dabrowski. It's the goal that Falkirk are trying to assault once more with another chance. Much better second half. Now, lovely ball out wide. Adams is inside the box. Stevenson couldn't gather. He's round by the byline. Pulls the ball back to Dylan Tate. Tate onto the left foot. Shot. Goalkeeper with a solid punch away up to the edge of the area, and it's cleared out to Marsh. Marsh has 3 players around him. Dabrowski, I think, saw that late, Billy, and he managed to get both fists up to push it away. Oh, it's been given away. Chance for Morrison. What on earth were Raith Rovers doing there? At the edge of their own area, they played the ball back inside. Morrison was presented with a chance from McIver. An absolute gift for Falkirk, and they have taken it. 11 minutes to play in the Scottish Cup, and Falkirk, it's the home team who take the lead. Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 0.
Oh, it's incredible. mistake has led to the goal. I mean, Dabrowski the ball away just before that. I'm not sure if it took a deflection, but they're in easy possession and they lose it at the edge of the box. I think it's Stanton with the back pass just on the pitch. And then I'll tell you what, it's unselfish from McIver. He could take on himself. He's 1-on-1 at the angle, but he just rolls it to Cal Morrison to roll into the empty net, and it's an easy finish, but an absolute nightmare for Sam Stanton, the substitute.
Well, a few shake of the heads in the Raith Rovers end, but that was an absolute gift. Sam Stanton, such a strong player, such a reliable player, just one of those moments. The ball got away from him, and Ross McIver couldn't believe it, and neither could Callum Morrison, who nets for the 6th time this season. And Falkirk lead Raith Rovers by 1-0. And well, if sometimes you expect great things, but sometimes it can just be a simple error, and that was a simple error. Horrible back pass straight onto McIver, who got the touch to the right hand side, and Morrison simply couldn't miss.
Well, it was Falkirk making the mistakes in the first half defensively, but this time Raith just a howler. Loads of chances in the game, a right traditional old-fashioned cup tie, loved every minute of it, and it's an absolute nightmare of a mistake from Sam Stanton that's given Falkirk the lead.
And now Raith Rovers have to change something. They've got to find a way through in the next 10 minutes plus any stoppage time, as Ewan Murray heads the ball out of play again. Another long ball forward, and it was headed away. It was never going to go back to the goalkeeper, and it runs behind. And Falkirk have got a chance here. And Matty Robson will be ruining the defending of his team in this second half. Corner kick will come, and Brad Spencer being told by referee Don Robertson, get on with it and get out there and take this. Raith Rovers, everybody back inside the penalty box on the very edge of the area. Marsh is just at the edge, and he'll take a little wander back in the arc. Corner comes drifting in. Ewan Murray, good header away up to the edge of the area. Easton wins that header, but it breaks on to Aidan Nesbitt. Nesbitt will play it out wide, and there's no way that will be kept in on that occasion by Callum Morrison. Well, it's the Glaswegian who's got the goal, scored in the last round, scored in this, and that could be enough for Falkirk to get passage into the 5th round of the Scottish Cup.
But with the domination in the first half, it's the old one where you don't take your chances and come back to haunt you. It looks that way. Although Falkirk have been much better second half, the better team, they completely flipped it, because Raith absolutely battered them, as I said, first half. But Falkirk, better team, get the breakthrough, but it's taken a mistake to get that breakthrough.
Peter Marsh has gone down, a little bit of cramp, I think. He's down below, he looks in a little bit of pain. So Falkirk, not only with the best home record in the championship, but the best away record too. They've been to round 5 or better twice in the last 6 seasons, semi-finalists in 2023. Well, there's not many teams who fancy coming here, but Raith Rovers have shown that they were here to be beaten today. As Marsh is done. I think it might have actually been a knock into the back of the leg, but he tried to make a little run there, Billy, and he just went back to the ground, so they're going to call round possibly Aidan Connolly.
It's all new to him, isn't it? Young lad up loan from Barnsley, thrown in first team football. The tempo and the pace this game's been played at cup tie, and then suddenly it's just hit him. It's a shock to the body, and he's trying to go again. He took cramp, tried to go again, and he just spasmed.
Yeah, credit to him for trying to go again, but some work there for Gregor Pirrie, the Raith physio. Changes are going to come as all the players come across and try and grab a drink. It's not particularly warm afternoon, but these guys have been sweating and entertaining. Nearly 4,600 people inside this ground. 4th official, Ian Anderson, just checking all is in order. The board is coming out, and the player continues to get treatment. So Raith Rovers are looking for back-to-back Scottish Cup victories on this ground, and they're going to have to come from behind if they're going to do so. They won by 2-1 back in November 2021. They had a man sent off. Regan Tumilty got sent off early, but they still came through and won the game with a late goal. Can they find a late goal to force extra time? That's the question now. Aidan Marsh applauds the Raith Rovers fans. He looks like he'll be a good pickup, but he is coming off.
Well, he's done well, Paul, no doubt, but impressed with the young lads. just his attitude, his energy, working for the team. But it's a shock to the old system coming to the Scottish game from England, and suddenly you see the pace of it, especially a cup tie.
He said in Connolly it's going to come on. There's going to be a change too for Falkirk. There's going to be a couple of changes as well. Kai Montague is going to come on as well. He scored an own goal on this ground last time out, and he will replace Ewan Murray. So they're taking off the defender, and now the Falkirk change can come. It's Ross McIver who set up the goal, who's going to come off the field of play, and he'll be replaced by a well-kept face, Michael McKenna.
Yeah, he's played striker McKenna before. We'll see where he goes, but McIver obviously playing centre forward. We'll see if McKenna goes up front or Cal Morrison just takes that position. Bit of height for defensive responsibilities in this long throw in.
5 minutes to play. Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 0. Liam Dick with a long throw into the area. Good header away by Brad Spencer. Ball returned into the area. Donaldson trying to get there. It's a shout for handball. The ball gets played out wide. It's turned behind by Colm Donaldson. I thought that was a Raith Rovers handball. Referee was in good position, said no.
It was.
Corner.
It was Hanlon trying to hold it up. He did, but he used his hand, rolled it wide, and they get the corner. So a talking point if they manage to score from this, Raith Rovers.
Well, this cup tie is a VAR free zone, which might not have worked in Raith Rovers' favour in the first half when they had a penalty claim, but it worked there. Stevenson plays the ball into the middle, dropped out, Stanton! Redemption for Sam Stanton! The ball dropped to him, 10 yards out, and he turned and lashed a volley into the back of the net. Terrific finish from Sam Stanton, and Raith Rovers are level. Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 1.
He's a good player, I'll tell you, and although they take the corner short and then it's whipped, an outswinger it is from Lewis Stevenson. The first header, they win it, they knock it down, and he swivels and he thumps an absolute beauty. Sam Stanton, the coolest man in the pitch, right into the top corner, no chance for Hogarth, and Raith right back in it.
The smell of extra time is in the air. One apiece. And Sam Stanton, well, he didn't really celebrate the goal. I think he saw it for what he felt it was making up for the mistake at the other end.
That's exactly it, Paul.
Well, he'll be feeling a heck of a lot better about himself, and so too his teammates. Changes made. Let's see what we've got. Is there to be a winner in the last 4 minutes, or is there to be an extra 30 minutes? You won't miss a second of the action here on BBC Radio Scotland. Raith Rovers have it, trying to come forward now. Here's Montague. Montague sends it down the side. The other substitute, Aidan Connolly. Connolly lays it back onto Ross Matthews, and Matthews plays it back inside his own half. One apiece here. What a game it has been. And Sam Stanton, well, you'd love to see the power on that shot, because he hit that. I mean, the net was bursting at the back.
Just the technical side of it, because he thinks about going for the initial ball in, and he just stands about penalty spot, and then when they win the ball, knock it down to him. He's got the mind to, and the presence to turn, swivel, and just make sure he guides it on target and just lashes it high into the net. It was a brilliant finish, really was. Well, especially after what happened.
Well, this is it. I mean, sometimes you don't get the chance in the same game to get yourself back, but he's done so. And Joe McGlynn now out. Tom Smith alongside him, the assistant. And they'll have to think about their moves now.
You're right to point out the lack of celebration. I think it was just relief and saying, OK, let's go and win it now. That's kind of feeling you got.
There's Falkirk with a chance, moving forward. Morrison up at the edge of the area, taking on Hanlon, gets the ball across. Dabrowski with a save, and it's knocked away by Doherty. Comes out. Spencer tried to get there, doesn't do so. Mackey sliding in. Oh, careless. Easton got his foot up and out the way. That could have been nasty. Conley on the far side. It wasn't intentional, but it might have fallen that way. Conley tries to drive through. Can't get past Spencer because Spencer fouled him. Free kick to Raith Rovers, who are looking to come from behind to win this game.
It's been some game, some cup tie. The subs have added to it as well, not just with the pass back, but then the goal, and then Conley's so direct there, he just gets the ball, he realises he's fresh, he turns back the way to start, and then just thinks, oh no, I'm just on the pitch, I'm going to turn, I'm going to get at him, and draws the free kick.
Well, there's been 2 goals here. Meanwhile, on the artificial surface on the far side between the two kids, there's been about 112 goals on that far side. They've been thumping the ball into the net all afternoon. This one played into the middle, turned away by Donaldson. Breaks down. Can there be a chance to get the ball wide? There is. It comes on to Dick. Dick gets it from Montague. Plays it off. Henderson goes behind. It's going to be a throw. Comes up, picks a ball off a cone and gets ready for the long throw in. Raith Rovers, well, that's a question of how many men do they want to commit into the middle. Can they win this tie? Liam Dick just saying, move more people forward. Stevenson drops short, but it is going to be the long throw into the area. Head flick away up to the edge, and then a little push. The free kick, Miller goes down, just on the edge of the box, and the chance to get the ball away. We're inside the final few seconds. There will be a minute or two of added time. There is a fourth official here, so we will see the board. Falkirk are wanting to make a change as well. I think it's Barney Stewart who's going to come on. 5 additional minutes to be played. One apiece here. Adams from right back over the halfway line. Lays the ball back onto Dylan Tate. Tate gathers, pulls the ball back onto Donaldson. Donaldson gets it forward. There's Brad Spencer. Spencer on the angle. Nesbitt round the corner, back onto Adams. Adams plays it across. There's a lovely ball into the middle. There's the chance to push it forward from Tate. Tate gets it onto Miller. Miller stumbles, tries to get away. He's done so. He's away from Stanton. He's outside the box. Gets the ball across. It takes the deflection. Referee did well to get out the way. Donaldson then plays it forward, but it's a free kick. There's a push on Dylan Easton. I feel like I've said there's been a push or a foul on Dylan Easton quite a lot this afternoon.
They know he's a danger man, and he was on the break there, deep in his own half, but they know he's capable of a pass, so Tate takes him out. I think it was clumsy more than anything. Another sub, Paul.
Aidan Nesbitt is withdrawn, and it's Barney Stewart who comes on. He was signed from Heriot Watt. He was sent back there on loan. He's now a Falkirk player, and he's getting his chance this afternoon. He's centre forward, 6'2" Englishman, and he's got a great nose for a goal. Would it be a dream start for him? Now the opportunity. Dabrowski sends everybody forward, tilted down that right-hand side. Under 3 minutes to play. Henderson with the header. Raith Rovers try and gather. Picked up by Montague. Montague lays it out wide onto Easton. Easton drops the ball down. Opportunity to come forward, but they'll play it back. And it'll come in from Hanlon. Hanlon plays it across onto Dick. Dick sends it forward. Aidan Conley's a willing runner down this right-hand side. Conley is in there. First time into box. Chance. Oh, it was missed, and a break back across to Conley. Montague had the chance to finish it and win it, but he swiped over the ball, and he knows what he's done. He looks in absolute anguish. He holds his hands up in apology as the ball is cleared out onto that far side for a throw to Raith. Played in towards Easton. Easton loses the ball. It's poked away that time by Michael McKenna.
Oh, it's a chance to win it, isn't it? A glorious chance. Just needs to concentrate on the connection. It's brilliant from Aidan Conley. Run into the box, first time cross, and that's what catches out the Falkirk defence. And you're thinking Montague, if he gets connection, scores and completely misses it, and then it just goes beyond Easton after that.
Frantic finish here. All the action from this Falkirk Stadium. Ball out of play again. It's Raith Rovers who, understandably, having come back to equalise, are finishing the stronger. Falkirk have drawn their last 2 matches, 3 each against Dunfermline, 0-0 against Quaid Park, but it's going to be a long throw, and that long throw will come from Liam Dick, who tosses one ball away, grabs another, dries it on his jersey, and gets himself to the other side of the cone, and it's going to go for the long throw in. Oh, it is a long throw too. Henderson gets the header up. Easton tries to get in there, but Henderson follows up with another header away. Played back in by Ross Matthews, blocked by Falkirk. Headed in again once more, and then the clever little back header from Liam Henderson back to his goalkeeper, Nicky Hogarth. Hogarth bowls the ball out onto Mackie. Mackie sends it forward. Stewart's made a run. The flag will go up. Looked offside, was offside. Just went a little bit too early on that occasion. And time bleeding away, under 2 minutes to play. Will there be another chance, Billy? Or was the Montague one the one to win it?
Yeah, that was the one, wasn't it? I mean, go back to Conley. I mean, he's playing on that right-hand side, but he finds himself making that diagonal run over to this left-hand side, and if you can imagine the listeners, he just whips it in first time with his left foot, and then Montague reads the situation. He's only 8 yards out. If he gets a contact, he probably scores, but completely missed it.
Here's Dylan Easton from Stevenson, dancing forward down the left-hand side, taken out by Dylan Tate. And Dylan Tate should see a yellow card for that, absolutely no question about it. And he does, and that allows the free kick opportunity. 95 minutes are recommended to be played. We're in the 95th minute now, and here's a chance for Dylan Easton to whip the ball in. The referee's just wanting to draw the mark. Easton rolls the ball past it, and Don Robertson, with his black boots on, pops it on the mark. He just he tried it a couple of times.
And even once he was clipped here for the free kick, he had about 4 forward rolls, got himself up, make sure the player was getting booked, and then try to do the referee a bit.
Dylan Easton, last minute of the match, plays the ball in. It's a decent ball. Hogarth fists it away, but the player went flying, and that's going to be a free kick. It was called Donaldson, who fell inside the 6-yard box. I say fell. It wasn't of his own accord. He was pushed over, and the free kick will be given. We are sneaking our way to extra time at the Falkirk Stadium. Morrison and Stanton, the 2 goal scorers. Hogarth taking his time. I think once he releases this ball, the referee might blow. It's going to come up. It's taken down by Stewart. It's the opportunity for Tate. Stewart watches as it's played wide by McKenna. Here's Adams. Adams going for the byline. Whips the ball in. There could be a chance. Dylan Tate brings it down. He's at the edge of the area. He was tackled. Ball breaks back onto McKenna. McKenna sends it out wide. It's up the edge of the box. Mackey plays it into the middle. Headed away by Dick. It's an opportunity to try and get it back in from McKenna. They're pushing all the way, Falkirk. Here comes Dylan Tate. Sliding challenge coming in from Matthews. The ball goes behind, and it will be a free kick. And the referee, I think, has decided enough is enough. What a match it's been at the Falkirk Stadium. 30 minutes more to be played. Morrison with the opening goal for Falkirk after a horrible mistake from Sam Stanton. Lovely play by McIver to set up Morrison, but Sam Stanton, 4 minutes in time, got redemption, hammered the ball into the back of the net after the ball broke to him from a corner. We'll do an extra 30 minutes, shall we? Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 1.
The Scottish Cup.
This is the chance they've been waiting for. Cross goal, it comes, must be it!
Live on Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
Well, we might have had enough time just to settle in and to build up nicely to the 2:15 kick-off at Ibrox, but extra time at the Falkirk Stadium means we will be sticking with that game. We will bring you news of anything that happens between Rangers and Fraserburgh, which will be getting underway in just about 20 minutes time. But obviously we're going to wrap things up at the Falkirk Stadium first. There could be lots of drama, lots of excitement still to come from there. So let's get the team news from Ibrox first, from our match commentator Thomas Duncan.
Good afternoon, Richard. Yep, team news here. No shocks really so far in the 4th round of the Scottish Cup. Safe to say, if one was to come here, a victory for Fraserburgh would probably be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in the competition's history. Rangers make 7 changes from the team that cruised past Aberdeen on Wednesday night. Only Nsiala, Proper, Diamonde and Jefte retain their places. So in goals, it is Mason Munn, the 18-year-old Northern Irishman, making his professional debut for Rangers between the 6 this afternoon. The back 4 of James Tavernier, Robin Proper, Clinton Nsiala and Jefte, Connor Barron, Mohamed Diamonde in the centre of midfield, and then McCausland and Bayrami on the flanks, and Zach Lovelace making his 2nd appearance and first start of the season for Rangers, the 18-year-old English forward, up alongside Cyril Dessers. The Rangers bench is Yilmaz, Igaman, King, Bailey Rice, Liam Kelly, Hadji, Raskan and Finlay Curtis, another teenager who makes the step up from the B team to take his place among the substitutes. As for Fraserburgh, 9th in the Highland League, difficult start to the season, but unbeaten since September. Haven't actually played since the 28th of December. Haven't had a couple of games called off due to the cold weather earlier this month. Huge afternoon for them. Mark Cowie, and it's the 2nd time he will take charge of Fraserburgh against Rangers. Haven't done so 7 years ago when these sides met, and he fields almost the same team that beat Annan of League One 2-0 in the last round. Just the one change: Jamie Beagrie, experienced midfielder who was banned for that game, he comes back in, and Logan Watt drops to the bench. So they go with Joe Barber in goal. It's going to be a back 5, so the centre halves, Kieran Simpson alongside Brian Hay and William West, both of who are very experienced players in their mid to late 30s who played in that tie against Rangers at Belsley 7 years ago. The wing backs, Ross Aitken and then Marley Sweeney Rowe, who's on loan from Dundee. Midfield, Paul Young, Jamie Beagrie, as I mentioned, and Greg Buchan. Young and Beagrie, again, long-serving players who played in that tie against Rangers, a 3-0 defeat. And then up front, it's Connor Wood and Scott Barber, their top scorer this season with 13 goals in 27 appearances. The Fraserburgh bench: Liam Strachan, Logan Watt, Sean Butcher, Jake Garden, Edward Flynn, Josh Bolton, Flynn Mackay and Joshua Hawkins. Richard, these clubs have already met this season. It wasn't the Challenge Cup, and it was the Rangers B team against Fraserburgh, and the Rangers B team won 5-0. So I'm not sure what omen that sends for the Fraserburgh team this afternoon up against a more senior Rangers outfit this afternoon. But they will give it their all, and what an afternoon for them, and their fans have packed out the away end here at Ibrox. So a magnificent afternoon for them, and we'll see just what they can do up against one of the country's best. The referee's Ian Snedden, the VAR is Andrew Dallas.
It is going to be a massive task for Fraserburgh. Remember that cup tie up at Belsley very well indeed. It was a cold night. Rangers going through 3-0. They'll be expecting it to be probably even more comfortable this afternoon. 2:15 live commentary from there with Neil McCann, Stephen McGinn and Thomas Duncan, and we will bring you news of anything that happens there during the conclusion of the game at the Falkirk Stadium. We're into extra time. Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 1. Billy Dodson, Paul Mitchell.
Thank you, Richard. I wonder if you recall a Hamilton against Queen of the South Scottish Cup tie. I think we did a good few years ago. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen. It went to extra time. There was a goal scored in the first minute of extra time, and the remaining 29 minutes were turgid as well on a cold night in Hamilton. It's been completely the opposite here. This has been a terrific game. Both these teams have battled each other well. Falkirk, well, really should have been behind in the first half. And a much better second half, got themselves ahead. And Sam Stanton with the equaliser. We're underway at the start of this first period of extra time. Calvin Miller gathers. Falkirk traditional navy colours pushed away by Liam Dick. It's going to be a free kick. Falkirk attacking the goal to our left-hand side. We're always level, in fact, with a penalty box as we sit in the main stand here at Falkirk, and the first opportunity will fall for the home team, and Brad Spencer will get the chance to deliver from this right-hand side of Raith Rovers. The Falkirk left, Conley is the one-man wall. Spencer plays the ball. It's a great ball across. It's headed behind. That's a corner.
Yeah, it was only Raith players that were there. It was Hanlon, one of them, Liam Dick, another. I think Matthews was there as well, but they were wanting to win it, even though it was a Falkirk free kick, but they get the corner, Falkirk.
Got to be taken from that right-hand side. Calvin Miller to come across and take it. Falkirk trying to push Raith Rovers, leaning all white this afternoon. Everybody back inside that box. It's a swirling ball in, and Liam Dick has to head it behind. It's a series of free kicks and corners to start the second half.
Yeah, deep delivery from Calvin Miller, and Henderson is lurking round the back, but Liam Dick has to deal with it, but he has to knock it for yet another corner.
So the opportunity will come. Played in, goalkeeper came for it, didn't get there. The head flick was blocked, and it comes out to Tate. There's two men down, and the referee deciding it was foul play going on. It was Lewis Stevenson who hit the deck. The free kick is awarded. It was carnage, and there's so many bodies.
Yeah, and he was just going to clear it, Lewis Stevenson, who was taken out, but he made sure he was getting the free kick, because there wasn't that much of a touch on him, but he just hit the deck once he sclaffs it clear.
2 minutes played of the additional 30 here at the Falkirk Stadium. We'll keep you up to date with all the action between Rangers and Fraserburgh from Ibrox. Kick-off due at 2:15, some 14 minutes away. Henderson with the back header to Hogarth. Hogarth standing tall in the goal to our right-hand side, pushes the ball out onto Mackie. Mackie closed down immediately and tries to get the ball back. He's well closed down by Josh Mullen. And the ball back to Henderson. Henderson up towards the halfway line. Barney Stewart trying to get himself involved, almost flicked it on to Morrison. He goes up, wins the header again. Morrison goes chasing, headed away by Stevenson, taken down eventually, and then thumped forward by Connolly. Raith Rovers now, Billy, with the back four. They made the changes, so Dick and Hanlon are the centre halves, Doherty and Stevenson the two fullbacks.
Yeah, 4-5-1 after making the offensive changes to get back in it. Look comfortable in this formational, just very similar to Falkirk, really, just mirroring up.
Falkirk trying to push forward. It's with Brad Spencer. Spencer plays it across on to Henderson. Comes out to Tate. Tate sends it long to absolutely nobody. He'll take a couple of bounces and go out of play. You do wonder sometimes when you've had the intensity to the end of the game and all of a sudden it's a new game and players can just be a little bit more timid.
Yeah, and you're thinking more about, right, don't lose it now and let's get the... You want to win it in extra time, of course, because penalties can be horrendous mentally, but you also have that thought of, like, oh, don't lose it now after getting us to extra time. And there'll be all sorts running through the players' minds, but I've loved the cup tie, absolutely loved it, even though you're a jinx for the extra time.
Jinx for penalties too, I'll tell you. Here comes Doherty. Doherty trying to defend, tried to play it away, and Dylan Tate got in his way. I'll tell you what, I think Dylan Tate's had a good game. I think he had a shaky first few minutes, but he's come through playing well, and certainly a potential to set up a match-winning opportunity for the forwards ahead of him. That's thrown in, easily headed on by Morrison. Breaks down. Spencer tried to wrap his foot round it, but it's Connolly who gets it. Connolly lays it back onto Stevenson. Stevenson plays it over the halfway line. Taken in well by Montague. Had that chance to win the game. Just, well, swished at the ball. Here's Hanlon. Swipes away Barney Stewart.
Hanlon did well there. I don't think he wanted that pass from Montague.
And Barney Stewart, you know, certainly he's very raw, but I know they've got high hopes for him here. And certainly tried to apply the pressure. Liam Dick has the ball inside his own half, turns and plays it all the way back onto Dabrowski. Dabrowski sets himself, sends it long. Should be an easy one for Cole Donaldson to head forward. It's done so, but he's not found a Navy jersey. That looked a little bit clumsy by Sean Mackey. It certainly didn't make a fuss about it. Josh Mullen, now the ball's played forward, but again he's offside. Barney Stewart,
tight,
close.
No? I thought that when it was just helped through. Again, it was Tate, just helped it down the channel. I'm thinking, oh, that's a tight one. And as you said, Barney Stewart right through and goal. Could have been his glory moment, but halted by the offside flag.
Flag on that far side. Our assistants are Frank Connor and Gordon McCabe. Don Robertson is the referee, shown half a dozen yellow cards along the way. Ball sent out wide. Easton tries to play it inside onto Stevenson. Stretching there is Adams. Adams will lose it out. Stevenson's got a chance to go into the box. He's won it again. Sends it across, but Tate at the edge of the area. Tate plays it on to Henderson, and Henderson can play it to Mackey. Mackey scampering his way up to the halfway line. Morrison's demanding the pass. He'll get it, takes a touch, and then loses out. Doherty gets in there. Tate then launches it long, and having praised him, his last couple of passes have been poor. And Dabrowski waits and gathers. You talk about no VAR, of course. Raith will feel they should have had a penalty in the first half, which they didn't get, which they might have got, as Richard mentioned, has been VAR. The goal, the corner that they got, Paul Hanlon had handled in the box before the corner was awarded. That would have been, you know, one of these things. It wouldn't have been overturned because obviously the handball wouldn't have been given because it's gone out for a corner. It didn't result in anything else, but it just goes to show mistakes do happen in the game.
It does, and it's led to it being a really good cup tie. Just let them play.
Long ball forward, good intercept and head back by Sean Mackey. A few familiar faces in the opposing ranks for Sean Mackey, with Paul Hanlon there and Lewis Stevenson. Dylan Tate, two former Hibs player. Now Henderson launches it long. Stewart gets the run right that time, and he's away from Hanlon. Stewart with a chance, opens up his foot, and he hits the goalkeeper. He had two men in support, but you understand why he went for it. And immediately Dabrowski tries to get things moving. That was a big moment in the match for the young man Barney Stewart.
Yeah, got himself 1-on-1 with Paul Hanlon. I thought he was just a fraction offside anyway. It was play on, and he was in and goal. He got the other side of Hanlon. Hanlon couldn't touch him, and he'd have been off. But once he was at the angle, it was hard. He had to open out and try to find the far corner, but it the effort kind of come off his heel, Paul, and it went straight at Dabrowski, and it was able to smother it. But really good chance. But it was excellent play from the young lad. Really showed good strength and determination, and he was very direct as well.
Is there going to be a winner? Will we go to penalties? 20-year-old Barney Stewart almost made something happen there. Now the ball breaks down for Brad Spencer inside his own half. Spencer lays the ball forward onto Calvin Miller. One of the second half substitutes came on just as the second half started. He's made a difference. Ball knocked out of play, and just tracking his way back on that occasion is Sam Stanton, the goal scorer for Raith Rovers. Inside their own half, Falkirk try and play the ball forward. Picked up by Hanlon though. Hanlon pushes it forward. Just wanted too long. Tate robbed Matthews, then runs into trouble. Michael McKenna couldn't get there. Good sliding challenge comes in from Henderson. Pushes the ball inside his opponent's half, and it's gathered and it's picked up by Dylan Tate. Tate looks up, plays it across. It's with Brad Spencer. Spencer sends it out wide onto that far side. Keelan Adams is there. Adams drops the ball back inside. Miller, Tony Yerson goal, plays it back into Adams. Adams takes the touch. There's the drag back. Came off Stewart. Tried to drag it forward, but it hit off him and then hit off Hanlon. The ball is cleared. Played back in. That's a brilliant ball on the angle on that occasion. And it's knocked away again. Mackey with a good delivery. It's not sticking. Here's Morrison. Morrison sends it high and long and over the crossbar, and it's going to be a goal kick. Good pressure from Falkirk.
Yeah, it was lovely play as well down that right hand side, and once Keelan Adams gets in, it's a lovely little ball. I think it might have been Calvin Miller that slipped him in, and when he was there, he's just got to pick out a player, but what he does is absolutely blast it right across goal, and it's fired at Barnashore about chest height, and he can't do anything with it. If he'd maybe cut it back with a bit of culture, I think Stewart would have had a better chance.
So the league leaders against the team currently in 6th in the championship. They do have a couple of games in hand on those above them, and those could be a slightly different story for Barry Robson's men, but for the moment they're trying to find a way in this cup tie. But against launched long by Sean Mackey, too long all the way through to Dabrowski, who's very athletic as he throws the ball out to the far side onto Lewis Stevenson. Stevenson is Liam Dick back on the inside. Former Falkirk youth player, played 29 times for Falkirk. Now the ball gets sent forward, and it's going to be too long, I think, for Connolly to chase. Donaldson's going to try to sweep that ball out of play. Just starting to lack a little bit of urgency as the players understandably get tired.
Yeah, tired and thinking about it. Don't want to go out the cup at this stage, but there's a winner there someday for somebody. Go and be a hero. That's what you're saying as a manager to them. Go and get your team through the next round financially. It could be rewarding as well, but you can see there's a bit of pressure and tiredness in the tie now.
Moving forward come Falkirk again down this left hand side. Calvin Miller looks for the shout as it's Mackey who delivers the ball in. Miller then tries to race in from that side. Knocked it, he thought off Stevenson but didn't do so, but you could see what was happening there. Mackey coming down the left hand side, Miller down that right hand side was yelling for the ball to be played early, but he just couldn't get where he wanted.
Yeah, and when Stevenson was going to deal with it, I don't think he saw Miller coming. I'm thinking he could kick him here, one of those ones where you're blindsided as a defender, but luckily Miller got a touch on the ball, and Lewis Stevenson for Raith just pulled out at the right moment.
1-1 here. First period of extra time. 2 goals coming in the second half. If you're just joining us, we will be at Ibrox for Rangers against Fraserburgh, but we will stay here for the conclusion of this one. It could go all the way to penalty kicks, something that no other tie in round 4 has done so far.
I think the crowd are a bit quieter now as well. It's like that nerve setting in. Don't want their team to get out the cup.
Yeah, it's just gone very quiet. Nearly 4,600 inside the ground. It was Falkirk fans who came to life after they got the start to the second half. And they thought they'd done enough, but with 4 minutes to play, Sam Stanton with the equaliser, equalising Callum Morrison's goal. Ball is out of play on the halfway line. Raith Rovers will take on that far side. Thrown in by Stanton. It's Stevenson to Stanton. Stanton gathers. Played back. Conley tried to hold it in. Plays it off Miller. Ball out of play on that far side. But where we've seen in the first half and certainly the latter part of the game, people were moving. Now it's gone to walking pace.
Yeah, but I think the second half extra time will bring a bit more ambition, a bit more energy again. Just try to win it before the penalties, because as much as you don't want to get out the cup, nobody wants to miss the penalty. It'll put you out the cup as well, so that brings its own pressure.
Matthews has pushed the ball forward. Out wide it goes. Montague sends it round the corner, looking for Josh Mullen. Good sliding tackle by Sean Mackey. The ball is out of play. It's a throw into Raith Rovers. About 10 yards to the corner flag on the right hand side. It's taken in, comes back onto Mullen. Mullen takes the touch, was looking to try and win the corner, but there's 2 Raith players there. Mullen, well, Morrison thought he was fouled. Mullen didn't foul, and the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw. The throw-in is taken quickly. It comes in. Easton spun his man on the line. Brilliant ball across. Even better clearance, and it drops back again onto Montague. Fires it wide. Great defending from Falkirk, but Raith Rovers almost got themselves ahead.
Yeah, it was just quick thinking, the throw-in, and Easton quick spin, fires it across. I thought Conley was going to go on it. It's booted clear and it comes back to Easton. And Mullen, and he tries to just shape one with outside his boot and try and find that far corner, and he skies it miles over the crossbar. Good quick think though.
Falkirk coming forward now, but they can't link up with Stewart. It's picked up by Doherty. Doherty sends the ball out wide. Here's Montague O'Gara. Montague moving forward. Conley demanding the ball forward. That's where it's gone. He plays it now out wide. On to Lewis Stevenson. Back round the corner. Aidan Conley. Conley into the middle. Played away by Mackey. Miller tries to get there. Sam Stanton almost got on the end of it, but it's Falkirk who'll escape with the ball sent long, and now the opportunity for Callum Morrison to come forward, but Paul Hanlon gets there ahead of him, plays it off. Brilliant stuff from Paul Hanlon. Knew exactly what he wanted to do there.
Showed good pace as well. I think the older he's getting, he might lose a bit of pace, but right across it, he was up against Morrison, who's quick as well, and he got there, but he could have just booted it out on top of that, but he didn't. He just flicked it back with his left foot against Morrison and got his team to throw in. Brilliant from Hanlon.
The experience from Paul Hanlon, who is a cup winner with Hibs memorably in 2016. There's the opportunity now to try and win this tie against Falkirk. He's on the ball as the first 15 minutes have come and the first 15 minutes have gone. No great chances, one or two small opportunities. Stewart with a shot on the angle that Dabrowski saved, but the two sets of players will come together just for a brief moment before the referee gets things underway again. Half time and extra time. Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 1.
We will have the second half live from the Falkirk Stadium. They are about to get up and running at Ibrox. Remember, Rangers against Fraserburgh, a 2:15 scheduled kick-off. We will be there for live commentary just as soon as the action concludes at the Falkirk Stadium. And then once it has done, we'll have all the action from there. We will keep you right up to date in the opening stages of the match, because clearly there's at least 15 minutes to go in Falkirk. There could well be the penalty shootout as well. So lots of drama still to come. Tomorrow night could be just as dramatic. Dundee against Dundee United in the one remaining tie of the fourth round of the competition. The fifth round draw will take place as soon as that game is finished. And then, as a busy midweek continues, Wednesday night live commentary, Champions League, Celtic against Young Boys. Thursday, Manchester United against Rangers from the Europa League. So it's going to be a heck of a week, and it will, of course, all be live with us here on Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. The teams just getting some further fluids down them at the Falkirk Stadium. Callum Morrison, remember, putting Falkirk in front. It was a terrible mistake by Sam Stanton. Morrison being teed up by McKeever to roll in his 6th of the season. But Stanton redeemed himself to some extent with his first goal of the season, a magnificent hook volley, which sent us into extra time, which is up and running. We're about to have the second half live with Billy Dodds and Paul Mitchell.
Thanks, Richard. The Scottish Cup rarely disappoints. 13 games before this one, 52 goals in round 4. We've got 2 goals so far. Is there to be another one to send either one of these two teams through into the draw, or will it be penalty kicks to decide? All the action will unfold. We'll keep you up to date with what's happening at Ibrox as they get underway. Donaldson and Henderson just exchanging passes at edge of their own box. Falkirk, navy jerseys, white shorts, red socks against Raith Rovers, all in white. Falkirk going from left to right as we watch from the main stand here. Ball is out of play. It's a throw in between inside the Raith half. And Dylan Tate takes the throw. Tate gets it back, takes a touch, plays it back onto the halfway line. Donaldson gets it across onto Henderson. Henderson knows that Brad Spencer is available. Spencer faced up by 2. The ball gets played back on the inside, and the chance to play it forward is Donaldson. Raith Rovers have been going with a high press, have sat off here. Calvin Miller had his toe tapped. The referee decided it was a free kick, and that's really what you're looking for. Just confirmation of a change at half-time. Jordan Doherty is off on his debut. Kieran Freeman is the player on. Here's Calvin Miller from the free kick. It's played out wide. Here's Adams. Adams takes a touch into the box. It's with Miller. Miller gets the ball across, and an opportunity for Stewart, but he got the shot away. It was blocked. blocked, comes out of play, and in fact it is going to be a throw in to Raith Rovers. Tense moments for both teams. You don't want to be the player that makes the mistake.
You can see it, you can feel it. It's just now, can somebody be a hero and not a villain? It looks as if it could go to penalties. Obviously 14 minutes or so to go for somebody to get a winner, but it's got that feel it has come this far that it'll take penalties to sort this one out, Paul.
Lovely move forward. Stewart gets it into Miller. Miller running in. He's taken down his man. He ends up on the ground, but Liam Dick did too as well, and that's going to be a free kick. And Raith Rovers have got a chance to try and get the ball forward, but you can see it in the movement of the players. They are getting tired now, understandably so, given the length and the nature of the game so far. And we will see if either team is going to eke out a really good chance between these two. Raith Rovers best in the last 5 years in the Scottish Cup, have been reaching a quarter-final back in 2023. They lost 3-0 against Rangers. They'd love to be in the draw for the last 16. Connolly plays it on the inside. Montague heads it back. Connolly might get the chance. He gets the shot away. The goalkeeper pushes it wide. Chance, that's a penalty. Oh, it's horrible defending by Mackey. He took down Josh Mullen, who was trying to get the rebound from Hogarth, and it's an absolute stick-on penalty kick.
Yeah, it is. Do you know what? I'm not sure Mullen was going to... He was going to get there, but it would have been a hard shot to hook in from that area, especially under pressure, but Mackey panicked, didn't he? It was really good from Mullen. Initially knocked it on for Aidan Connolly, and you're thinking, oh, it's sitting up perfectly, go on, volley. He does with his left foot, and Hogarth does well to beat it away, and then that's when the race is on, and he's taken out by Mackey, isn't he? Mullen, and he goes down, and Don Robertson has no hesitation, points to the spot, and what a chance for Raith to hit the front.
You think some players might be a little bit nervous at this time. Dylan Easton went and got the ball, played a little bit of head tennis with it, and now has popped the ball on the spot. So it's going to be Dylan Easton up against Nicky Hogarth. Hogarth, the goalkeeper for Falkirk. Easton will strike it right-footed. Everybody poised at the edge of the box. Raith Rovers trailed in this match. This is their chance to go ahead. Straight down the middle. The goalkeeper flailed a hand out there, but couldn't keep it out of play. And Dylan Easton celebrates. Raith Rovers have come from behind to lead. Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 2.
Well, he got plenty of power behind it, and that's what took into the net, because Hogarth, he got a hand on it, didn't he? He couldn't keep it out though, and he goes away to the fans. He went right up to Hogarth. He must have been giving him a bit of a wind up before that, Hogarth, to try and put him off, but Easton does the damage and puts Raith in front, and boy, is he celebrating.
Well, the noise you can hear are the fans from Kirkcaldy. Brilliant penalty from the point of view that it went in. That's all that matters. He hammered it down the middle. Nicky Hogarth will feel he was a little bit unlucky. And I can tell you, there was an exchange of words that Hogarth was none too impressed about. It has to be said, but there might be something from a previous match. You're never quite sure. But now Billy Dodds, do Falkirk have it in them to try and come back once more?
Oh, they'll have a go. Just when they're getting tired in this stage of the game, I'm sure they'll get another opportunity as well. They can take it or not. But the way they've been going all season, they'll definitely have some part to play before the final whistle.
Well, they won on this ground. The last time these sides met in the Scottish Cup, they won by 2-1, despite being down to 10 the majority of the match after Regan Tillity got sent off. It's going to be a free kick that's given against Dylan Easton on that occasion, separating himself from Sean Mackey. He's still continuing to jaw away, and referee has awarded the free kick. Brad Spencer is there. Calvin Miller is over the ball. It's just midway inside the half on the right-hand side. The goal to our right. Miller plays it in, hooks it in. The goalkeeper fancies that one, comes and gathers. He actually got nudged by Dylan Tate. Well, perhaps a little bit more of a nudge. The goalkeeper, though, I don't think the referee's too impressed. He said there was not a lot in that. Get back on your feet and get the ball moving quickly.
Don Robertson right. Podolski made the most of it. He took it cleanly. I thought he might have just let it go. I thought it was too deep and too far straight away, but he caught it, a little bump, and then throws himself to the ground.
Gary Oliver is going to come on as midfield player Dylan Tate, who's withdrawn. So Gary Oliver, single goal this term, off the bench for the 10th time, and his side are behind. It's been a rip-roaring Scottish Cup tie. If you're just joining us, winning for Rangers against Fraserburgh. That is to follow the extra time here in the first of our 2 live commentaries of the afternoon. Ball played forward by Spencer. Spencer down that far side. Morrison pushing, knocked out of play. It's good defending. An opportunity again. It was Freeman who got the ball away on that occasion. Opportunity for Falkirk to build up once more. Dylan Easton's goal, 109 minutes. The official time for the goal. And Falkirk are going to run out of time. They need to get things moving. Less than 9 minutes to play. Ball on the angle on that far side. Freeman looks for it, couldn't get there. It was played in by Mackey. Sam Stanton gets the ball away. Will be picked up by Henderson, but he's given the ball away. It's a poor one by Liam Henderson, and now Raith Rovers can break. Easton lifts the ball on that far side. Montague is the player inside the area. Henderson with a sliding challenge. The ball goes behind. Played it off his man. That's good play, and it is going to be a goal kick, but you can see just how quickly Mullen wants to get forward and try and test the back line.
Yeah, he picked a good pass in the park when he was under pressure right out in the halfway line in the wide right hand side, and the pass, but he kept going after that, and it was a good return pass to him, and he nearly got there, but good defending from Falkirk. Got a tackle in and took the by kick.
The referee is holding his hand above his head, pointing to his watch to say time has stopped as Dylan Easton has gone down. There is a little bit of cramp for Dylan Easton, and again he's pointing and saying that time will be added on. Barry Robson is down there in the technical area. I think another change is going to come. Lewis Gibson is the player that's getting ready to come on. The board will go up in just a moment. It'd be a surprise if it isn't Dylan Easton. He's run it everywhere today, and Dylan Easton, the man who got the goal that separates these sides, is the player that's going to come off. To great applause to our left-hand side and to great derision to our right-hand side in the main stand. But Dylan Easton has done his job today. It's his 11th club. Only ever scored in the Scottish Cup for Raith Rovers, and he got another one today, and it could be crucial.
Yeah, he's a fantastic game, he really has. We all know he can play, the ability, the technical side of the game he's got, but I think he's worked ever so hard today. He had to defend at times, get himself into positions on the pitch defensively, and I think he's been top notch, Dylan Easton, but he's feeling it now. But it won't matter if his team wins.
There'll be some celebration. Sunday lunch has been somewhat delayed for Falkirk and Raith Rovers with this additional time, but Raith Rovers will enjoy theirs as the long ball's played forward. Paul Hammond has to head it behind and out of play. Corner kick to Falkirk as they seek to get back on level terms. Rangers, Fraserburgh to come goalless so far. Thought about taking the corner short. They're going to pile it into the middle. Sean Mackey is the only player, apart from the corner taker, that stayed far away. The outfield players that will actually come out to Mackey. Mackey plays it into the box. Header from Miller. So the goalkeeper wouldn't have counted. Offside flag was up anyway. Raith Rovers had got themselves out quickly.
Good ball in from Mackey, and Miller finds himself all alone. You think he's going to put it in the net, but he was too careful with the finish anyway. Flag goes up, doesn't matter, but it was too straight at Dabrowski.
Dabrowski, one terrific save in the match earlier on today. The ball comes all the way through onto Nicky Hogarth. Hogarth, who made the save but pushed the ball down the middle, and the penalty was given after the challenge by Mackey on Mullen. Would have been a difficult finish, as Billy Dodds outlined, as two players have come together. One of them is Barney Stewart, the other one I think is Liam Dick with the bright yellow boots, and they'll both be checked. Both have taken a head knock, and the referee going across checking on. That's just saying it's okay. It's Liam Dick who's remained down, but the referee's just checking with him to see if he wants the physio on the field of play.
It's a long straight ball, and it's the defender who's heading into the back of the striker because he's flicking it on, and Barney Stewart won it, and Liam Dick just heads into the back of him. He's caught the sorest one, but it's good to see the both of them up.
As it stands, this would be Barry Robson's first win as Raith Rovers manager. It'll be Falkirk's first home defeat, as Richard told us at the start of the programme, since July of 23 in the League Cup against Dundee United. Been heck of an impressive to go through a whole calendar year, etc. Not losing on your home patch. Thrown by Raith Rovers, breaks down. Mullen sends it round the corner. It's with Lewis Gibson. Gibson can't hold on. The ball is just sent forward. Stewart goes after it. It's a brilliant header. Here's the chance they've been waiting for. Miller! Oh, he skies it. It was played through to him on the edge of the box. He took a touch. Calvin Miller set it himself and popped the ball over the bar.
What a chance. Young Barney Stewart chasing it, sees Miller and he thinks, if I win the header I'm knocking him through and goal, and he does just that. But Miller took an eternity. Yeah, it's on his right foot, it's not his favourite, but he should have been sharper onto it, maybe getting a bit tired, but he's on as a sub, there's no excuse, but maybe he's feeling the effects. He's just coming on, and he's played 45, not had a lot of game time, Miller, but he's through and goal. When he gets here, he takes his time. I think he nearly ends up getting blocked, but he hits the right foot strike. The only thing you've got to do, because it's not his favoured foot, is make sure you concentrate on getting it on target. But he blazes it over from about 16 yards. What a chance to equalise.
Ball thrown back into the box. Hogarth. I have to say, I thought Miller was scoring there. As the ball gets sent long, it's the kind of chance you're looking for. Stewart tries to get the ball forward again, but it's Stevenson who nips in between Calvin Miller and Michael McKenna, who are up at the edge of the box to head the ball back to his goalkeeper. And Falkirk trying to get another chance or two. Well, the goalkeeper's saying that the player's too close to him. The referee's saying get on with it. And you're allowed to be somewhere, and Gary Oliver, I didn't think was too far. As the ball gets played down the middle, Donaldson knocks it to the side. Picked up by Brad Spencer, played out wide to Sean Mackey, who conceded the penalty. It's launched long. Hanlon is there with a header to knock it out of play on that far side. Yeah, couldn't keep it in. Paul Hanlon's just the type of player you want in there, and he's now going to check that. He comes across, read the danger, heads the ball behind. Falkirk are trying to eke out one last chance, just a couple of minutes to go.
Yeah, you asked if they would find something. Well, they found a chance here with Calvin Miller and blazed over, and they're still going, take the quick throw in, try to force an equaliser late on.
Corner kick, the left hand side. Goalkeeper stays on his line, comes off the back of Donaldson. Two players went down. Falkirk fans wanted something, didn't see anything myself. Henderson plays it in, it's deflected. It's another corner kick. It will come from the right hand side. Final few seconds will be ticking away here at the Falkirk Stadium. Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 2. Extra time. Raith Rovers have come from behind to lead. The corner dug in, the goalkeeper thought about coming, came back, and the header was straight at the goalkeeper. There's two players went down. The referee not interested. He stares down all of the players. Dabrowski has the ball, but he's basically saying there was no penalty kick infringement in there.
Tell you what, he did well, Cole Donaldson, to get the header on that, because it's him and Hanlon, the two captains, all over one another. Hanlon's not the captain, but Donaldson is for Falkirk, but Hanlon's all over him. They're grappling with one another, and he still gets a head on it. Dabrowski's, he's lucky it's straight at him, but he did well, Donaldson. It was a firm header, but just couldn't get it over the line.
Well, time is almost up, but how much additional time? Ewan Anderson's got the board in his hand. I think he's got to indicate that. Barry Robson's pleading with him at the moment. The ball is down below. It's inside the Falkirk half. Stevenson is there. I'm trying to watch the fourth official at the same time as watching the throw.
Shake his head, Barry Robson can't be happy. Yeah,
three additional minutes. They start now. Here comes Kai Montague. Montague plays it into the middle. Might break for Connolly. Connolly with a chance. Here's Mullen. Oh, it was played back to Connolly, and somehow Donaldson got the ball away. That was a great chance for Raith Rovers. They had a 3-on-2.
Yeah, Lewis Gibson was in. If Mullen could get out his feet, he's trying to drag it to get a bit of space to toe poke it to Lewis Gibson. Would have probably finished the tie, but Falkirk breathe again.
Long on the angle. Kieran Freeman says, no, I'll just send that all the way back deep inside the Falkirk half. Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 2. Rangers, Fraserburgh 0-0. The ball played up to the edge, looking for Stewart. Good headed away by Paul Hanlon. The ball breaks wide, flicked down that far side. Freeman with a header again to head it out of play. Stoppage time of extra time. The second period of extra time. Falkirk with the throw, trying to find a way through. Gary Oliver lays the ball off. Sean Mackey got the ball across. It was blocked back into Oliver. Inside the box it goes on to Stewart. Here's the opportunity. Comes across. Goalkeeper with a save. It was Michael McKenna who got the shot away, and Dabrowski had to throw his hands up over his head to turn the ball behind.
That was a snapshot from a hard angle, but Michael McKenna is capable, didn't he? Left foot shot, and Dabrowski right at that near post got to palm it over.
What an ending to this one. corner kick to come from the left-hand side. Swung into the middle. It's bouncing around. It's eventually just thumped clear. Fell initially for Barney Stewart, the goalkeeper. Hogarth is up. It's played up to the edge of the area. Hogarth tries to win the header. It breaks down. Cole Donaldson's got a chance. He has to turn, play the ball back. It's outside the box. It goes onto the skipper. Into the middle. The header comes out wide. Morrison plays it back into the middle. It's bouncing around. Henderson waits for it. Breaks off him. And now it's just absolutely thumped inside the Falkirk half. There is no goalkeeper there. The referee's looking at his watch. Sean Mackey's gone back. They need to stay on side Falkirk. He's going to smash the ball forward. He's done so. There's two players have run into each other. There's a man down with a head injury, and it's going to be knocked on by Gibson. Gibson plays the ball forward. There's an opportunity for Aidan Connolly. The goalkeeper is back in his goal. Great tracking back. Keelan Adams wins the ball, then tries to go past his man. Didn't go past Gibson, who can win it and take it to the corner flag. Gibson's going to do that. Adams did so well, but couldn't release the pass forward. Brilliant play from Gibson to milk the clock on that far side. He's now running across the byline. The ball is out of play. The flag will go up. It will be a goal kick. I'll take a breath.
No, you're doing well, Paul, because I can't keep up. It's got everything, isn't it? If they get the right pass here, they're through, and then Connolly thinks he's breaking. Keelan Adams comes from nowhere, breaks it loose. Gibson thinks he's in and goal right along the byline for a cutback, for a tap-in, and he runs it out the pitch. This game has had everything. 4v3 here.
Raith Rovers coming forward. Falkirk had kept 5 clean sheets in the last 5 games. Kai Montague's got a chance to finish it, and he deflects the ball out as a corner. Well, the referee says no, because the reason he said no is because it is all over at the Falkirk Stadium. The players, some drop to their knees, but it's the men in white who celebrate. The championship leaders have been defeated on their home patch for the first time since July of 2023, and Raith Rovers come from behind to hand Barry Robson his first win as Raith Rovers manager. Callum Morrison put Falkirk ahead after an error by Sam Stanton. Sam Stanton equalised with 4 minutes to go, and a Dylan Easton penalty after 109 minutes sealed the deal for Raith Rovers. What a cup tie, what a competition. It never fails to disappoint. It's finished here. Falkirk 1, Raith Rovers 2.